He's Jesus. He's Trevor.
Oh my God, you're so right though. He looks just like Jesus. Oh, I love that so much.
He's Rockstar Jesus.
Rockstar Jesus.
Oh boy, oh boy. I think we're live now. Hello, friends. Don't swear, Genesis. I mean, I want this money. I want money for once.
Don't worry. No, I got.
Oh my God, you're so right though.
I'm great at filtering myself. Wait. Oh,
good. Not the
live
last.
Oh, it is live yet.
Episode. No,
so
the last
much.
podcast. Rockstar Jesus.
You edited that out though, right? Please
Yeah,
tell me you did.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Okay,
we're live.
good.
Can you check
There are the versus cases.
Can you check the audio really quick? Because I think you might be doubled up. Your audio might be doubled up because of the settings I'm using.
Okay, let me check.
Like there might be two of Genesis's voice. No one wants that. No one wants two of you.
No, there is two of me?
No, I don't know. You check. I can't check right now.
I hear it. I hear only one of me, right? Oh, Fen's on here. Fen, do you hear one of me? I'm pretty sure I hear one of me, but I don't trust my ears for some reason.
I don't trust my ears.
I don't trust my ears.
Oh boy.
I need a second.
You like my VTube model, Genesis? You like it?
I do like your VTube model. Oh my gosh.
So the backstory there is like I didn't want to make my own, so I looked up like all the video games we played on the channel, and it just so happened that Zero Time Dilemma was like one of the only ones that had like the models available. So I was like, oh, perfect, I can use that.
So odd. That's so odd because Zero Time Dilemma is, I don't know. I mean, out of all the games I would choose to make V2 models of, I don't know if Zero Time Dilemma would be the one for me, but I guess someone liked it enough.
No, I mean not a V2 model. It's just the normal models, because you know, like Ace Attorney, that's a 2D game.
Right.
The 3DS games are like not very well constructed, you know, with the models.
That's true. Yeah, that makes sense.
VLR is not even available. You know, 999 is 2D, Danganronpa is 2D, so it's like this is like the only like 3D game that existed.
What about Somnium?
I guess I could use that, but like I don't know, I didn't feel like it. I thought that'd be funnier.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, Fi is better. It's Fime. Yes wins.
One, unfortunately, Time. It's Fime. We know where 2-1 goes. Do we though? I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of surprises on this tier list.
So. I think so. I don't know. We'll see when we get to it. You know, we'll see when we get to it.
It's pretty near the sixth one, so. Why don't you introduce yourself? Because they know who I am. They know I'm Jpeg, the GGP channel. You know,
right.
We've played like all 10 of the main games here. So.
All right. You wait. There are two gaming nerds here. I'm Fen. I swear to God. Okay. Anyway, let me introduce myself. So hi, my name's Genesis. If you guys haven't seen any of the Disventure Dispatch podcasts, yeah, I'm a member of that podcast, but I also, if anyone's seen the hit indie show Disventure Camp, I voice act Dan in the first season. Bless his purple nerdy self. And you know, since JPEG voices Kai as well, you know, we've gotten to know each other. We become, I would say, we become good friends. I don't know what JPEG would say.
Ew, no.
So yeah, I'm on here. We're gonna rank Ace Attorney. Damn, that's crazy.
Mandy's here. Hello,
I
Mandy.
just got a.
You just got what?
Oh, what? Oh, Mandy. Hi, Mandy. I just got acquaintance zoned.
No, not even. Enemy zoned. You're my enemy. You're gonna die.
Enemy zoned. Oh no. Well, you know what? I don't know if we're gonna be fine. Oh, actually, let me turn up my gain, just so.
No
there
pain,
we go.
no gain.
What's a dispatch? What's a Disventure Camp? I'm too old for these things. Fen, you're younger than me. I just got acquaintance zoned. I always wondered why you were associated with Dan. I thought it was just. Oh, you thought it was the voice of Aiden? Man, you know.
He fought with the voice of Aiden.
I did fight with the voice of Aiden.
Multiple times, actually.
People legitimately. I distinctly remember a lot of people being like, well, a lot of people were like, "Hey, is Dan voiced by Aiden's VA?" And I'm like, man, I wish I was as talented as Vi, because Vi is really good. But also, even Michael Kimbrough was like, dude, I really thought you were Vi. Oh my God. Which is I should have made a reference to that in the
In the
podcast, but yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we recorded an episode with Vi,
Um,
and it was a lot of fun because like
Mhm.
he's so fun because he fights all of us. It's so funny. I love it.
He's the voice of Aiden. Didn't you hear him singing? Yeah, that was me, guys. That was me.
That was Dan. I was singing,
That-
Rosa.
That's why you could. I was singing. Yay, Aiden's VA is fantastic. Oh yeah, no, he's fantastic. Oh god, you and Aiden's VA. You know what sucks too? I am actually. I don't personally identify as a singer, but I have sung in many covers, so a musical episode would have been great, but it is what it
I
is.
thought you were gonna say I don't personally identify as Aiden. I was like, what? What do you mean you don't identify with Aiden?
Yes,
What does that mean?
I mean, wow, Vi is the ultimate bully.
No way, that was Dan. Well, no, you did appear in the musical episode. What are you talking about, Genesis?
Oh yeah. No, I was in the musical episode. Didn't you guys hear the iconic Dan cheer?
The ghost of Dan.
Exactly, he was there. Fen wishes to be as much of a bully as. Oh my god.
Well, without further ado, friends, I think it's time we start the Ace Attorney tier list. It's been long awaited. I don't know how long we're gonna go for. We're gonna see how many we can do. But
Yes. Let's see.
so right off the
It's
bat.
actually not.
Oh, what? Sorry.
Go on.
Right off the
Sorry,
bat,
I was just reading the chat. Go on.
I think, by the way, I think your Discord is like doing the delay thing by like a couple seconds, which is gonna be annoying, but whatever.
No.
I think it's doing it. Well, your no there was immediate, so that's good. I don't know what it is with Dan with the name Dan with lagging, because like my partner, my co-host Dan also has that problem. Oh well.
I don't understand what it is because I have hardware acceleration on. If anyone knows the issue with that, let me know. But don't spend time searching for it because you need to watch the stream. Okay.
Yeah. So right off the bat, we have, we should do like a mini game where it's like you try to name. I don't know if you're good at this. You try to name all of them. I don't know if you know the names of all of them. I know what they are. I don't know if you do.
I don't even remember the first one.
Well, lucky for you, it's called the first turnabout. So that's what it's called.
Oh, okay. Well, that would have been ezy. Okay.
So what do you think of the first turnabout, man? It's the shortest by far.
I mean, I think it's an excellent. I think it's an excellent introduction. So I'd hesitate to put it in subpar because it's just an introduction case.
Yeah.
And I mean, it does a good job like getting people used to it because this case came out back when people weren't used to these kinds of games. So like, yeah. I mean, it's good. They show the culprit right at the beginning, but it does an excellent job establishing that Ace Attorney is more of a howdunit. So I like it. I think it maybe should go in like D.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I was gonna say D as well. I think that this is like the only case you can play in like under an hour. It's like it's kind of crazy how like the games like get longer and longer to the point where like the intro case of Spirit of Justice is like 4 hours long or something like that. But here, under an hour. It's like it's a great like appetizer to like the real fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think like when I look at it, I'm like, no one will play this first case and be like, God, that game's shit. That game's awful. Oh, frick, I swear. Crap. This game's awful. How dare you? I'm never playing this ever again. It's like no one will do that. Right? No one in the right mind.
Yeah.
In their right mind will will hate it.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think, especially when you compare, at least in my head, when you compare it to Danganronpa, the first case is like extremely long, and it's like I can see people getting burnt out from that first case in Danganronpa. Yeah, but here no one is getting burnt out. It's like less than an hour long.
Yeah. It's very fast, yeah, and just you're in and out. And then the case right after is kind of the meat of it, so it works out.
Yeah, so we're gonna put in D. Frank saw it, and guy throws a wig at you. So I mean, that's like, if you want to know how wacky the world is, there you go. That's how wacky the world is. That's the kind of world we're living in.
It's funny how my intro to AA is the first episode of the anime. Oh, interesting. I that's a good way to start, I guess. I mean, I don't know. The games will always be better, but I mean, the anime is a fine enough adaptation.
Yeah, especially compared to Danganronpa, which is like, if you start with the anime, then something's like wrong with you because you probably don't like Danganronpa to start with the anime because no one likes the anime.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The anime, I will say Danganronpa anime is worse.
But
the first one, 3 is great. Anyway.
It's all right. It's like 5 out of 10. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, first one goes in D.
Yeah. It's anime though. It's charming, so it's fine.
What is? Oh, okay, I'm trying to remember the second case. Turnabout. Oh wait, this is dumb. Obviously, I know this. Turnabout Sisters.
Yeah, there we
That's
go.
The most famous
Sisters.
name.
So Genesis, I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek as to the future of this. By the way, if we're doing this fast, then I don't know how many we're gonna do if we're already
fair enough.
by. But I'm gonna give you a little sneak peek, Genesis. I don't like most of the case 2s in the series. I did like a little bit of research. I'm like, I really don't like the case 2s in a lot of these games.
Really?
Yeah, like the case 2s are almost
okay.
always my least. Like I know case 3 syndrome is a big thing, but for me, it's really case 2 syndrome.
That's really interesting. I mean, I don't know, because Turnabout Sisters is really like, I mean, there are some not so great case 2s. I will say that. I don't know, this case 2 in particular. I mean, it really puts people into the meat of the story, you know, because
Fen has a good idea.
Case 3 isn't as.
Sorry, but Fen has a good idea.
Oh, what?
What if you name your favorite characters from the cases that debut in the case?
Oh, well, I mean, for me, it's obviously Maya.
Wait, in 1-1?
Oh, in 1-1. Oh.
In 1-1.
In 1-1.
There's not that many. I mean, no, sorry. Like, all the characters debut in that case. Like, a lot of the main characters.
Oh, yeah, wait, so I can just do Phoenix.
I will say
the judge. Phoenix.
Funny, the judge. There we go.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, yeah, sorry, continue with 1-2.
I love the dog.
What do you mean?
But 1-2 will be mine. 1-2 is, yeah, it's Maya. I think she's a goober. I think she's so cute.
Yeah.
She's goober.
Over Edgeworth and Gumshoe?
Yeah, actually.
Wow. God dang, I would say Gumshoe.
Surprisingly, I really like Maya. I think it's just because I really like the goober characters. I have a soft spot for them, so.
I see.
Yeah. But in terms of the case itself, because this introduces a lot of what the main story is about, if that makes sense. And I think it does a good job of that. The only complaint I really have for it was that White really put up like a lot of this show, and then he got taken down super easily.
Yeah.
But even then it was still pretty intense, because you know there's that whole part where you think you lose the trial and then you wake up and then oh wait, this is spoilers, by the way. I don't know if anyone knows that. But you wake up and then you see like Maya's or not Maya, Mia in the body of Maya. So
no,
and it's good.
We're gonna spoil everything. Yeah. We're gonna spoil everything. This is a spoiler positive stream.
Okay.
We can't not spoil.
As long as you guys are aware of that.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, Turnabout Sisters is like a lot of lost potential, in my opinion. I think that, you know, the death of Phoenix's mentor is like such a shock, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it just kind of gets swept under the rug. I feel.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I feel like Red White is like a great villain if you've only ever played 2 cases. Like once you get really deep into the series, you're like, wow, he was really crap. For all the hype they were building up.
Yeah.
The CEO, he blackmails people, he lies to people, he made people not alive themselves. It's like, it's kind of meh. It's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's because they probably were only expecting 1 game, right? So that's why.
Yeah. That's also true. They were only expecting, not only were they only expecting 1 game, but I think this is like when they were trying to like get players into the groove of things. So it's like, you know, because a certain villain in the 4th case is one of the best villains in the series, in my opinion.
We can spoil it. You can say his name.
Okay, yeah. Von Karma is one of the best villains in the series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I think they were just like sort of like building us up for that. So I mean, it's 1-2 compared to like later games in the series. 1-2 definitely has its issues, but like, I don't know. It does a great job. It's still introducing people in the series, and it does a great job of it. So I don't know. At the very least, can we agree that we shouldn't put it anywhere lower than 1-1?
No, actually, I think it should be like equal to 1-1 at the very least.
At the very least, yeah, I agree.
Because remember, I mean, we're looking at like some of the greatest cases ever, right? This is like relative, not to the first game, but to the entire franchise.
Yeah,
So
I
I
agree.
think C is very generous. If we put it at C, that's like super generous. Like it's good for getting people on board, right? I won't deny that. It's good for getting people on board. But like when you look at it and it's like red white fault fails because he doesn't know the difference between left and right, and also he doesn't know how to like turn. Phoenix doesn't know how to turn over a receipt.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like, come on.
I'll put it in D only because I read the C caption and it says extra good. I don't know if I'd classify 1-2 as extra good.
The question this is gonna be relative to one another. Are we gonna put it above 1-1 or below 1-1?
Above.
Okay, I actually disagree with that, but I'm not gonna die for 1-2. Like I'm not.
Okay,
I'm not that. There's some cases I'm more passionate about. Let's change some of the things.
Right.
Much love. Great. Let's turn this one into just good. This one will be good.
Yeah.
This one will be decent. This one will be subpar. This will be. I don't want to say contenders for the worst. I'll just say fail. There we go.
Fair enough. For game 3. Oh, okay. I'll actually. Okay. So who did you put for?
There we go. Turnip. Oh, okay. Wait. Do you know the name of this case?
Turnabout Samurai. I'm pretty sure this one's Samurai, right?
Finn says, "Who's Von Karma?" I only know Manny Freddy. Manny Freddy.
I love that. But yeah, it is Turnabout Samurai. It should be
Turnabout Samurai. So Emer played this, and he has like a very big complaint. I don't know if you know what it is, but the map is so annoying because you have to go back and forth and back and forth.
Oh, fair enough.
It's like
yeah,
the only
I mean,
case that's like that, which is kind of funny.
This is the only case of. Oh, by the way, hi Malachi. This is for me. This is a case 3 syndrome situation, which I think this is one of the better case 3s. But
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a lower point for the game, at least in my opinion. So again, I feel like putting that in decent as well. I don't think it's subpar because it does everything that it's supposed to. And a lot of the characters are pretty reoccurring.
Yeah, old bag, bag especially.
Old bag. I love old bag. Yeah.
Of course, you would like old bag.
He's so funny.
Here's my piece on Turnabout Samurai. I think that as we go along in the series, even as soon as Game 2 and Game 3, the filler cases start to be like very plot irrelevant. Like they're good for funny moments and character development and all that, but they get kind of irrelevant.
Mm-hmm.
Turnabout Samurai, on the other hand, I think it's the only filler case that is super relevant. Right? You have Edgeworth's turnaround. Right? That's when he starts to be like kind of nice. He starts helping Phoenix find the truth. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't.
Yes, I like old bag ones. Sorry.
Is Old Bag your favorite character of Turnabout Samurai?
Oh, that's kind of hard because Will is such a sweetheart, but it might be Will, or it might be Old Bag. It might be Old Bag.
Not Salmonella. You don't like Salmonella?
Okay. Do you like Salmonella?
No. I'm gonna say Will Powers as well as my favorite character as well in that case.
Fair enough. I'll go with Old Bag.
He comes back a few more times, and he's always a little sweetie pie, so he's great.
Yeah, Will is great.
A little sweetie pie. But yeah, I don't know. It's like this case is actually like kind of important to the story. I feel like most filler cases you can skip them for the most part, but here you can't really skip it. It's when Edgeworth has his turnaround as a good guy.
But like that's the only thing that I can really say is super relevant.
Are we basing this off relevance? I don't know.
Well, okay, yeah, fair enough. I don't know. It's I can't put it in good.
What? Okay, we can put it here. How about this? We'll put the highest of decent.
Okay, yeah. Oh my god, there's so many game 1 cases.
I'm thinking like if this is like one of your favorite filler cases, then because again it's relative to the whole series, then I'm worried. Will all the other filler cases be like super low?
I mean,
if this is one of your favorite case series, the future is not looking great for the other cases.
But there are other great case 3s. That's the thing. I see. Like, yeah. I'll put it in 1-3. Yeah. Okay. We'll compromise. I still like 1-2 more, but we'll compromise with this.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
no,
not gonna die on the
I
hill
have
for
case,
1-3.
I have case 2 syndrome, so a lot of the case
Fair
2s
enough,
I
fair
don't
enough.
like. I think I did the math. Like out of the 10 case 2s, I only like 3 of them. So it's a mystery what the 3 are gonna be.
I love also wins based. Athena's amazing. Sorry. Anyway.
I'm getting ahead of ourselves
Um,
here. Yeah.
yeah.
Fen says I
But
love
then
the 4th
I
case
love,
turnabout elevator.
and then I love how she follows it up with, "I know it's goodbye my turnabout."
You're thinking of
You
farewell my
combine
turnabout.
you combine 2 titles, Ben.
Next up
Oh, I love
is
that.
Turnabout Goodbyes. I think we can all agree that Von Karma is the best character. But no. Then again, you probably like Lotta Heart. She's your type. She's exactly your type. So I don't know.
Well, okay, not my romantic type, but she is a fun character.
Oh, she's from the south. She says "yeehaw." You know that sounds like your type.
God, fucking, God dang it.
Which Ace Attorney game had the meme in it? Are you talking about the clown meme, or are you talking about you are not a clown, you are the entire circus? I don't know what you're talking about, Malachi.
Are
you talking about Clussy?
But it could be Clussy. Clussy's game 6.
Yeah, game 6.
Yeah.
That'll be a while, Andy says lol. So yeah, Turnabout Goodbyes. Sorry we're not reading your stuff, Wins Media, by the way.
Yeah.
We'll get there when we get there. But Turnabout Goodbyes. What do you think of that one?
Honestly, okay. Here's the thing. I'm not gonna die if this case doesn't get like a really high tier, but this is like one of the most classic cases in the series. Like so many parts of this whole series stems from this one case. It's not even just like the case itself, which by the way is phenomenal, and Von Karma makes for a crazy villain because you have to fight for your life in pretty much every single trial. But it's not even just that, but sort of the legacy it has, because without this case, you wouldn't have a lot of the plots in game 3, which includes some of the best cases. You wouldn't have a lot of the interesting stuff in Edgeworth Investigations 2. And some of the twists, like, it's definitely it highlights some of the best parts of Ace Attorney, in my opinion, of having like really well designed twists that actually caught me off guard personally, because I fully thought Edgeworth was the culprit.
What?
Until yeah, I might be dumb, but I fully thought Edgeworth was the culprit until like Phoenix started going like, I'm gonna prove you innocent.
Genesis, did you actually think, did you think Edgeworth died in game 2 as well? When he's like, Edgeworth chooses death. Do you think he died?
Well, I didn't think he died, but I didn't think he died at that point. But whenever Phoenix was like, Edward's not around anymore, that's before he mentioned the Edward chooses death, I thought he was dead.
What? Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my goodness.
I thought we were gonna have like a final case where like Edward's the victim, and then we have to like find the culprit.
You know, the funny thing is, Emer thought that as well, because like he saw the opening with Edgeworth on the boat, and he was like, "Oh my god, is Edgeworth the victim in this case?" And I was like, "Dude, come on."
Oh my gosh, fair enough.
Like,
but yeah.
Yeah.
I would argue to put this in A. Which I know is a huge jump compared to everything else, every other case we put. But I think this should go in A just because not only the case itself, but the legacy.
Now, Genesis, I actually disagree with you there.
Ooh, okay.
I think it should go Ness. I think it should go Ness.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what? Based. You know what? Yeah, I'll go with that. Honestly,
yeah, I think that like after everything you said, you're right. You're absolutely right. This is one of the most classic cases. It's very iconic. I feel like. Okay, let's be honest here. A lot of people probably only played the first game, right? I feel like that's a decent. I know the third game is like probably one of the better stopping points if you have to have a stopping point. I wish you don't. I wish people don't. I wish they play the whole series, but realistically, a lot of people stopped at the first game, and this was their last exposure. And I think it's not. It's great actually. It's really great. I think personally, and this is a hot take. I think that the the bullet being in Von Karma's shoulder, and you have to find it with the metal detector, is one of the greatest like twists ever. Like one of the greatest like.
I honestly think I actually agree with you on that one. That was such a good twist.
Yeah.
And
Cross-examining the parrot is like one of the most iconic moments in the series.
yes, I can't believe I didn't mention that. That's so good. Oh god. And it actually works. Like it's actually a fun sort of mechanic that you do.
Yeah, and I just think the mystery is just so well constructed, and it has to do with fucking Larry of all characters, where he hears like an extra bullet gunshot or whatever, and it's like, wait a second, something's going on here.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, I don't even know.
I think he's so. Yeah. The more that I think about it, yeah, this case is great because they also have. One of my favorite parts in Ace Attorney comes from a lot of the suspense, and this case had such good suspense because there's that part where you get like guilty, and Larry just comes in at the last minute, and all your hope is on Larry of all people.
Exactly.
To
overturn
overturn
you have to
your
pray that
verdict.
he's competent.
Yeah. Which he ended up being barely.
And also, and you know, this doesn't have to. I don't know. Like, are we grading the cases themselves or the chapters as a whole? That's my question. Because there's stuff that doesn't have to do with the case that also happens, like the backstory with Edgeworth and Phoenix with the money,
right?
Where Larry is actually the one who took the money.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think it's okay to do like the whole like everything that's in that case, not just like the trial and mystery.
Yeah.
Just because I mean, everything goes into what makes a case good, right? So I think that works.
So yeah,
and I love Larry being the culprit of that. Of
the conclusion, the whole game, we have the whole Edgeworth and Phoenix, quote unquote bromance. Might be something more than that. I don't know. And to just see it come to a conclusion where it's like, oh my god, they love each other. Oh my god, it's great. It's awesome.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, no, I'm totally content with putting this one in S.
Yeah, I think this is like stellar. I feel like most people, if they weren't a fan of it from the first three cases, this one will be like, oh my god, this game's amazing. It wraps everything together.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Like now that I'm thinking about it, like relative to the other finale cases, I don't know if this is the low bar. Then there's gonna be a lot in this. There's gonna be like a lot.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Laurie's ruins. We need to add an S+ tier. Best of the best. Best of the best. Just because like if this is
best
a low
of the
bar,
best.
we're gonna have like maybe like 10 cases here, and it's like I don't want that many in S. So we'll make a tier above S.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are finales that I'd argue are worse than this one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely. I think I know.
But
a few you're talking about.
Yeah.
It says I actually skipped the fourth case.
Yeah,
I got scared of Von Karma to watch the gay lawyers. Larry ruined everything.
Von Karma is really scary.
Yeah. He is
yeah.
terrifying. Look at him. He's got like a big hand. He's gonna like squeeze Edgeworth. It's scary. So scary.
Wince, we will get to that case when we get to it.
Yeah.
I have some takes on that case, but anyway.
Rise from the Ashes.
This is the
meaty one. Oh boy.
This is the only one that doesn't have turnabout in the name, and it's so weird.
Yeah.
But I like I mean, Rise from the Ashes is. Here's the thing, right? I personally really loved Rise from the Ashes, and I'm perfectly good with playing like longer cases that have a slower build-up. You don't need to apologize, Wince, by the way. Like, I'm just Anyway,
no, you do need to apologize. Genesis doesn't forgive you. He's mad. No, I'm kidding.
But I like, as much as I love this case, and I think there are so many good things about it, especially the villain and the final confrontation, fantastic. I can't argue that this case was definitely, or like I can't deny that this case has been a turnoff for a lot of people just because of the pacing of it.
Yeah.
And as much as I really like the case and think that people should give it a chance, that is something I can't ignore about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it would have worked better as sort of like a bonus case as opposed to a case 5. But I mean, yeah, I still feel like it's worth putting an S, but I don't know about you.
No, I agree. I love Rise from the Ashes. It's one of my favorites. And then again, like I also love it because it feels like its own game. Like it is like almost as long as the first 4 cases in the first game. Right, that's how long it is. And it does feel like 3 like constructed mysteries that all come together. The first is the parking lot shenanigans, the second is the stuff in the office, and the third is the stuff in the high office, you know what I mean?
Right.
There is a lot of stuff that people will inevitably hate. Right? The first trial day where you trial the bento box lady, and it's just very confusing. Like, that's like one of the worst. One of the worst in the series.
Yeah.
And if that was like, and then I would understand if you drop it immediately after that. It's like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
The second one is so great, but at the same time, there's a lot of annoying stuff. You got the Blue Badger thing. You got to play that video over and over and over again.
Yeah, which I like that part, but I can see why a lot of people were not a fan. Because I don't know, I like the idea of surveilling, or maybe it's just my Five Nights at Freddy's brain, but I like the idea of like looking through surveillance footage and pinpointing things.
Yeah.
But
says,
yeah.
Edgeworth mysteriously disappearing after Turnabout Goodbye is an important part for Justice for All. Yeah, that's true.
That's also a good point. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, like, it doesn't need to be like because like most of the Japanese players when they play this for the first time, there's no explanation as to why Edgeworth disappeared. So it's like you could play the trilogy without that knowledge, I guess. But it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Absolutely.
It doesn't. Yeah.
And then that third trial, that third investigation where you're in the office, you're in Gant's office, and you don't know when he's gonna show up, and it's like Gumshoe sneaks you in.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
It's terrifying. And then he comes at the last moment, and it's scary.
And then, you go into his safe, you type 77777, and it opens his safe, and it's like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah, I remember saying Dan feels like he'd enjoy FNAF. Here's the thing. Dan would enjoy the lore. I'm not really much of a lore person. I like the game. Sorry, this is completely irrelevant. But yeah, anyway. And
then when you
favorite character though?
He has,
because I almost forgot.
Against you? Where it's like, oh my god, there's one with the vase or whatever, the broken vase piece that says the name Emma. It's like, oh my god. He has all the stuff against us.
It's so haunting.
Yeah.
I would put it in S+, but like I know this case has been a turnoff for a lot of people, which is why I'm okay with bringing it down to S. But I love this case.
I'll put it in S+.
Oh wait, you put it in S+. I'm okay with putting it in S+. Fair enough. I was gonna say because I think we forgot to do favorite characters. Emma.
Yep. I will say Gant. He's terrifying. He's like the first villain.
He's a great villain.
Like, oh my god. I guess like because Von Karma is technically not a villain for most of it. You don't know he's the villain for most of it, but with Gant, right off the bat, you see him, you're like, okay, this guy's the bad guy, isn't he?
Fair enough, yeah.
When he like just stops and
he does a good job
for like 10 seconds, he just stares at you. He's like, he just blinks. It's so terrifying.
Yeah. Oh, they did a great job with Gant. But yeah,
his clap
that's
our amazing though. When he like starts clapping like.
Yes. Oh my god.
I think personally that if Turnabout Goodbyes wasn't like so iconic, like Rise from the Ashes would be one of the more iconic ones. What do you think of trilogy?
Yeah, I would agree. For sure. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's our first game.
There we go. First game. There we go. It's a tier list. This one is so weird because like people either put it at the very top or like near the bottom. It's like it's very jarring. It's very jarring. People think it's the worst thing ever, or like one of the worst. And I'm like, what?
It's really interesting. Because I know a lot of people who like love the trilogy but dislike only this case.
Really?
Which is so funny to me. Yeah.
That says a lot about their attention span, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, sorry, continue.
They need the constant, I don't know, satisfaction with like TikTok and all that stuff. Anyway,
exactly.
No, my favorite thing to see, and we're gonna transition to the second game now, but my favorite thing to see is whenever people finish that first game and they're like, wow, oh my god, that was like so long and such an amazing, masterpiece, and then they go to 2-1 and they're like, okay. Do you know what it's called?
Fair enough.
Do you know what it's called? I think I know what it's called, but I'm not sure. I think I know what it's called.
Turnabout, frick. No. Turnabout Memories is a Game 3 case. Turnabout Oh my god, I don't even, because I'm trying to think of all the things that happen in the Amnesiac Turnabout, something like that.
No. The Lost
Oh,
Turnabout. It's the Lost Turnabout.
dang it. Okay. That's such a weird name for it.
It is a weird name, I agree. Win says it should be at the bottom. What do y'all say? Mandy says Turnabout Frick. Ben says I love Turnabout Frick.
Turnabout Frick. Okay, here's the thing. I'm content with putting it in subpar. I don't think it's a fail. Here's the thing about The Lost Turnabout. I like some of the stuff that was used in it, but I think it could have been better. Like, I actually kind of like the Amnesiac take on that's in The Lost Turnabout. As dumb as it is, I think it is actually one of the more interesting parts of the case.
What? Okay, I agree with you there. Just because everything else is not good. I agree with you there.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's one of the more interesting parts of the case, and I think it's not of the game, obviously, but in terms of the case, I think it's one of the more interesting ones, and I like how they sort of play into it, sort of like as a way to teach the player more. But I feel like it was also very underutilized.
Teach the player more after
and
finishing Rise from the Ashes. You need more. You need to be taught more.
Well, okay, no, but like for people who just start with Game 2, I mean,
who starts with Game 2? You're weird if you do that. People who do that are weird. Okay. This is brief tangent, but like a lot of people in the Philippines, for some reason, they play the game super out of order. Like this, there's this one guy I know who played like in order of 5, 3, 4, 2, 6, 1. It's like, dude, just play in order. What the heck are you doing?
What the heck? 5, 3, and 4, 2. Whoa.
There are multiple people who just play them out of. It's so annoying because like whenever you meet people, you're like, oh, what games do you play? Oh yeah, I played 5 and then 2 and then 6. I'm like, dude, just play in order. What are you doing? Just play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So annoying.
It doesn't help that in a lot of the Eastern countries they're also numbered, so it's like.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, it's just a lazy way to introduce. I will agree, it's very underutilized, but I like the idea itself. Wins, in my opinion. It just wasn't used very well.
Wins. Pain.
When I play as a turning backwards, I'm okay with putting this one in fail, but I'm not gonna die on the hill of 2-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the nice things about this case. I'm gonna say the nice things about this case.
Okay.
At the beginning, Phoenix has a dream where the judge like gavels him. That's pretty cool. That's it. That's the only That's the only thing I like about this case.
Oh wait. Maggie.
Okay. Yeah, but she's better in the other cases though. She's way better in the other cases. Here she's
okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. No, you have a point. You have a point. Maggie and Gum should have like a little bit of like, maybe not rivalry, but like a little bit of chemistry going on, and I like that. That's great.
Yeah. There's some good parts.
Trying to think about what else. The banana thing is funny. The baseball glove. They think it's a banana. Richard Williams thinks it's a banana. That's hilarious.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
I do think the baseball glove being like a because it's for the wrong hand, right? It's for like left-handed people or whatever. It's like a left-handed glove. I think that is one of the most clever contradictions. That's a very clever contradiction. I'll give it that. Yeah, I know it's bullshit for a lot of people because they don't play baseball. Fair enough, but like, I thought it was clever.
Yeah. I think I will agree with that as well. I think there are some good contradictions, and also like 1-1, it doesn't overstay its welcome, in my opinion. And also Maya comes back, so
Maya comes. Okay, that's true. I was gonna say she comes back at the very end, but that's not true. She comes back at like the halfway point, I think. You're right.
Yeah.
What other positives are there? There's one more. It was at the tip of my tongue, and I forgot what it was. Okay, when Richard Wellington like chokes himself out, the orchestral music plays again. From Phoenix's.
Yes.
That's nice. That's about it. That's all the positives I have to say about this case.
That's all. Yeah.
I'm fine putting it with E just because I know there are worse ones. Just because I know that in the future.
Yeah.
Like.
I agree.
Short. This one's short, at least. It's like, again, it's like 2 hours, and you're done. Like, I'm less annoyed at bad cases if they're short. I can't say that for some of these later cases. Some of these are really long. Right? So,
yeah, I agree. Okay.
Not the worst thing in the world.
While I'm at it though, let me put out this hot take real quick. And people might come at me for this one.
Yep.
I like Justice for All more than the first game. As a whole. And there are reasons why that I'll get into in the future cases. But but there are some great things about Justice for All, in my opinion, that make it better than the first game for me.
If you remove Rise from the Ashes, then yes, I agree with you there. If you remove Rise from the Ashes.
Okay.
Which is
okay, yeah, that's a fair point.
Rise from the Ashes is like a bonus case anyway. Like it was added on to the first game.
Yeah.
Like later on in like 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if we're judging
case drives me
without the DLC case, it's basically a DLC case. If you base it without the DLC case, then yeah, I'd say you're right.
Yeah.
JFA is better.
This case drives me bananas. Fair enough. Okay. But yeah. Reunion and Turnabout then, huh?
Oh boy. Reunion and Turnabout. So this is why JFA is like, I don't like the beginning of JFA. I like JFA sounds like JFK, it's funny. Justice for All. I think that this case is not bad. Okay, I just want to preface, because I know I said that this one is going to be one of my hottest takes, in my opinion.
Right.
I think that when you play it the first time, there's a lot of great stuff. You know, you think Maya's in trouble. That's great. You think that you know, Mia is keeping secrets from you, and you don't know what's going on. You're like, why is Mia keeping a secret? Did Maya actually kill? Oh shit! Did Maya actually kill? Oh my god! There's a lot of stuff with the Faye family lore, which I think is great.
Yeah.
But when you like replay it, because I've replayed this like several times for the channel, for like editing the channel, all that stuff.
Right.
And like I'm looking at it in hindsight, I'm like, yeah, there's like the lore is great, but everything else is really weak. I think. Like it only gets good in the last like 30 minutes when you're cross-examining the actual culprit, Eeny Miney or whatever. That's the only part it gets good. When it's like the cardboard twist, right, with the fire and all that stuff.
Okay.
It's Maggie Bird fan.
Here's the thing, because I mean it does get best at the end, but like there are because this is the case that introduces Franziska, and like Franziska is, I don't know, I have a soft spot for Franziska. I think she's great. That's one thing. Number two, because this might be interesting for people to learn, but as part of I was sort of like digging into some talk of what the developer was talking about in terms of like the creation of not only the trilogy but also specific games. And when they were talking about the inspiration behind Reunion and Turnabout, they said they wanted, it was sort of like a response to a lot of the criticism of the first game, of people saying like, you can't have like religion and magic and like all that in like a mystery game. Like you can't have that kind of stuff. And this was sort of like the developer's way of saying like, yes, you can, but you just have to establish the rules early on to like make sure people do that. And they do a good job of that, in my opinion, because they say like spirit mediums can't dream because the whole thing leaves their body, yet Maya dreams. So it's like, it can't be that. And when you look at it in that sense, I think Reunion and Turnabout takes on a much more interesting meaning, in my opinion. So that's something.
My comment on that is that the magic, you know, doesn't actually play a role. Remember, like, Eeny Miney fakes the spirit medium. Like, Maya doesn't actually channel anyone, right? Like, it's all a fake out, I guess is what I'm trying to... Like, in 3.5 and 6.5, I guess, Bridge to Turnabout and Turnabout Revolution, there actually is spirit channeling stuff, and that's great. That's why I think those cases are great, right?
But it's a fake out. It's a fake out using the... But you, in order to determine it's a fake out, you use the rules of the spirit medium thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know, because, like, obviously, like, it kind of has to be. I think you can reasonably deduce that it is a fake out, like, immediately, just because they're not gonna arrest Maya, one of the main characters, like, in case 2-2, right? They're not gonna
exactly.
There's still 7 cases to go. So, I think it's one of those cases where you can reasonably guess what's going on, like, right off the bat. You see Maya in jail, and you're like, okay, she obviously didn't do it. The fake out's the channeling's obviously fake. And also, there's only 2 characters it could be. It's Morgan Faye, the aunt, and Eeny Miney. Like, there's no other suspects. Right? In the game, there's no other suspects. So it's kind of like, if there was, like, 1 or 2 other suspects, then fair enough. But there's no other suspects.
Yeah, okay. I can see it. Okay. Here's what I'll say then.
Yeah.
And I will put this in B, and the only reason why the reason why I'm gonna try and convince you to also do B is because most people aren't going to replay the cases. I mean, like, they're only gonna really like replay it if they're like really a fan of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so on a first playthrough, you mentioned you did really enjoy it. So
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I'd say we put in B. I think that like introducing, because like a lot of stuff gets introduced in this case. You know, Francisca gets introduced, Pearl gets introduced, the Magatama and the Cyclops get introduced.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But like, I don't think anyone's saying 5-2 is like one of the best cases ever because it introduces like Blackwell and Fulbright. It's like those are great characters, but is 5-2 a great case because it introduces them? Not really. I mean,
Yeah, that's also fair. Yeah. But oh wait, let me read what Wince has been saying. So Ace Attorney handles spirit channeling so amazingly. I agree. Francisca became a better character to me. Yeah. I fully agree with that as well. Francisca, I like her character more than Manfred. I mean, Manfred's obviously the better villain, but Francisca is really good.
Cyclops are so
we'll get to her more when we get to a certain case, but we'll get to that when we get to it.
The Cyclops are one of like I think the best gameplay mechanic because like it spices up the investigations so much more. And I think that in game 2 and game 3 it's so good. In the future games it starts getting like a little worse because like you don't get penalized anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so streamlined in the later games. Like I don't know.
It's so annoying.
Yeah. Exactly. And not only that, like the moment they introduce the locks, you can unlock them, which in the trilogy, the fun of it was just sort of like knowing when you have enough evidence, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, because you have to like,
but
go
I
around
do
the
like
place and like you just have to hope that you have the correct things. Like I love Cyclops.
Yeah. For sure.
I think that's why the first game to me is like a little more just because there are no Cyclops.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing that I will say. One of the reasons why I like Justice for All more than the first game is that I think the first game is a great introduction to this whole genre, but it's a little more simplistic. Whereas I think Justice for All does a fantastic job of spicing things up.
Yeah.
And yeah. Rise from the Ashes is a whole different thing though, because that thing spices it up the wazoo.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah. One last piece for 2-2. I really dislike locker room mysteries. I think locker room mysteries are like my least favorite out of any of the mysteries.
Fair enough.
Just because there's only, like I'm more interested in stuff like most of the Danganronpa cases where it's like, oh, there's alibis, oh, I saw what happened, you know, all that stuff where you know there's more plausible evidence. But here, if it's a locked room, it's kind of like there's only so much you can do. I feel like there's only so much you can do.
Exactly.
Here at least it has the fake out with the spirit channeling, so at least it has something going for it. But yeah, no, locked room are not my favorite.
Yeah, I can agree with that. All right, so
time for Big Top.
Well, Turnabout Big Top.
I don't hate this. I'll say that.
I'm gonna do a hot take on favorite character first, though.
Yeah.
Mo the Clown.
Jesus. I mean, sure. I mean, I can see it. I can kind of see it. Not Money the Monkey.
I mean, okay, all right. No, I mean, okay, that's hard. I like Mo. I'll still do Mo because here's the thing about Mo. I think Mo is way too overhated.
Yeah.
And I think I actually think his jokes are funny.
You like it when he talks about West Clonadelphia, born and raised?
Yes, I thought that was hilarious. I lost it. And then not only that, there's sort of a layer of maturity to him that you see later in the game, and I think that's like a really good clash that they do. Where they have Mo like force Regina to see the case, and what's happening to sort of like make it clear, like, hey, you know, you can't stay innocent for so long, you know. But yeah.
Oh man.
Who's your favorite though? Is it Money?
I don't know. I don't like a lot of the characters in this case. I don't know. I'm trying to think.
Fair enough.
I don't like a lot of them. don't know. I'll say the tiger. The tiger's fine. The tiger bites. No, the tiger's just there. Never mind. The lion bites the guy. Yeah, I'll say the lion.
Oh yeah. That's crazy.
Dan gets it. Dan gets it. Dan? Genesis gets it.
Oh my gosh! Yay! Wins understands.
So 2-3 has a lot of things
yes.
that a lot of people don't like. Firstly, it's very. Well,
Yeah.
Firstly, the music is repetitive. Or whatever. I don't even remember. Secondly, it's very depressing. It's a circus, and it's like, a very like messy, dirty, depressing circus. Everyone has secrets and all that stuff, and it's like fair, but that's kind of I feel like that's the point. I feel like that's what they were going with. Like. It's such a vibrant place, and yet it's so depressing. Like, I think that's what they were going with.
Yeah.
And the third thing is, well, I think we know what the third thing is, right?
I know what the third thing is. I'm pretty sure, at least.
Yeah, there's a bit of an inappropriate love triangle, love square. I don't know.
I wasn't even thinking about that, but yeah.
Wait, what were you thinking? I don't even know what you're thinking of.
I was thinking about because there's like a certain twist in this case that everyone says is like pure BS. Like no matter what playthrough I see of it, which I didn't even think much of it when I first played it, but it's that part where like the cloth snags onto the bust.
Yeah, no, not to brag, but like I got it immediately. I was like, oh, that's what happened. I don't know how. I don't know why my brain went there, but yeah. But yeah, you're right. The logic is very Injustice for All in general. The logic is super weird. In the first case, you have the baseball glove, which is like not bad, I guess. That's like the least bad. In case 2, you have like the stuff with the key, where Pearl has like a key and it like goes everywhere, and it's super confusing. And the placement of all the bullet wounds, that's also super confusing. And then case 2-3 has the cape, which is horrible. And also Moe's testimonies are just like, it's like if you press on them, you get punished. It's so annoying. It's like insta death.
Yeah. But I mean, that's challenge to the game, and Moe's too charismatic for me to... I don't know.
Big time example of why age of the characters matters, because something can change from being sweet to something creepy. Oh my god.
Yeah. I definitely can't. Like, that.
I didn't even notice it at first because I never look at the ages. But like when people were talking about it, I was like, wait a second, hold up, what's going on here?
I didn't even think about it initially as well, and then people were talking about it, I was like, oh, wait, that is pretty bad. I mean, I get the idea that it's like, it's a circus, it's supposed to be wild, but that only works for me for the whole, like, doll thing. It doesn't work for the age thing.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that people don't like. And this is going to be a really, really dark answer. This is going to be an extremely dark answer that I'm going to give people. But that's just kind of how... I think for me, because I'm so used to showbiz in the Philippines, it's kind of like, this stuff is kind of normalized. I hate to say it. But, depressing, lots of drama, lots of beef, people hitting each other with bottles, a lot of inappropriate relationships. I'm like, that's...
Right.
Like, I'm not in the entertainment industry in the Philippines, but like, I have a lot of friends who are like, stage kids, theater kids. Like, Daniel on this channel is a theater kid, so yeah, he's been in a lot of like plays and stuff, and I'm just kind of like, it's just kind of the entertainment world. it's just kind of edgy and nasty. It's just nasty. So to me, it's kind of normalized.
And it pulls off it, but it pulls off that front of like, ooh, like entertaining and bright in colors, but it's really not that behind. Yeah. Oof.
So like, I guess I get it from an outsider's perspective. It's kind of like, but as someone who has seen the inside, I'm like, it's not inaccurate. It's not entirely
I can't confirm the drama's crazy. Dang. Oh, that sucks.
Philippines, man. Are you from the Philippines, Mandy? That's awesome. I'm Filipino. And from the Philippines. Despite my accent, because I know I sound not Filipino.
That being said, I hesitate to put this thing anywhere in a tier C or above.
I think C is very fair. I think C is very, very fair. What I appreciate about this is that it is genuinely one of the only whodunits in the series. I think it's one of the only whodunits in the series, because you don't know, is it the sus clown, is it the sus guy with the puppet, or is it the sus guy with the wheelchair? You don't know. Like, again,
Big Top was the creator's favorite? Sorry.
Yeah, I think that, well, firstly, in Japan, the age thing is less of an issue.
Right.
The second thing is also because if you ignore all those bad aspects, because remember, in Eastern countries, stuff is more, let's just say stuff is more depressing, okay? Because mental health awareness and all that stuff is not as well known as it is in Western countries, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's why a lot of anime characters kind of go crazy because they don't have the mental health support they need.
Right. Yeah.
Just say that. So it's not inaccurate, I would say. I think like for a lot of Western people, they'd be like, "Oh, what's going on? It's so edgy." And it's like, yeah, it's kind of life in the entertainment industry. Same with 2-4. 2-4 also is like shows the dark side of the entertainment industry, right?
Yeah, but I'm shocked that Big Top is the creator's favorite when we get to the next case. We'll talk about the next case when we get to it. But
then you get me.
Really?
I didn't know you were American. I thought you were South African. Anyway, but Big Top is genuinely one of the only murder mystery cases in the series. I think the whodunits.
Yeah,
and I think that might be why the creator likes it so much. Because like 2-2, it's not even a mystery. There's like you have two suspects. There's only two people it could be, and it's both of them, right?
Yeah.
Like 2-4,
I guess that's fair.
2-4, there's only like what? There's only two characters it could be, and that and to be fair, it kind of switches around, but still.
Yeah.
Here,
yeah.
Between three characters,
that's fair.
And you don't know who they are, so that's my piece.
Yeah. I'll put Turnabout Big Top in. I'm content with good for Turnabout Big Top. No one else, or a lot of people aren't, but
I think we've defended our points pretty decently.
Yeah, I think so. I think we did well enough.
And also, at least for me, like the circus is so much more interesting of a place than the Korean village, in my opinion. So I think it's a good palate cleanser.
I will actually agree with you on that. I will concede that.
Korean village is kind of like a boring location.
Because there was. Yeah, there wasn't much of Korean village to see. It was mostly the mansion.
Yeah.
But even then, the mansion was compared to the circus. Yeah, I will agree.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about the villain's plan. The villain's plan is so goofy. He gets a buzz and he just drops it on guys. And it's the wrong guy as well. It's kind of
yeah. It's but it kind of works. I'm okay. I can see people's arguments against the whole like Claude snagging onto the bus thing, but that wasn't something that was meant to happen. It's not like Acro planned for that,
Yeah.
So, as long as the plan didn't hinge around it, it's like whatever,
I think it's also one of the only cases where the wrong person gets murdered. It's one of the few times that like the victim is the wrong person.
Yeah.
So I think that adds
Money's
another layer
a good
of
name for a
mystery. You're like, what the heck? Why did this guy die? No one hates him. What's going on?
You're lucky we like you guys, or else you may get bullied for your opinions.
Money's such a good name for a monkey.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up to contemplate killing someone
but
and
yeah.
kill the wrong person.
No, I agree. But Acro knew, he messed up.
Yeah. 2-2 is the one case where it's like you can solve it right away. 2-3 is like I feel like you can't solve it right away. There's just so many twists and turns. It's like, what is going on?
I agree.
2-4. Here's 2-4. Obviously, worst case ever. I hate it. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right. I lost my mind. Okay, so Wince, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, and in between of the court. All right. 2-4. Jpeg already knows this. 2-4 is my favorite case in the entire Ace Attorney series. I love 2-4. I saw you put that in. 2-4 to me is immaculate. I have no complaints about 2-4. Everything about it is perfect. I love how they show the showbiz world. I love how they show like the darker sides of it. I think the use of the Magatama as sort of like a twist, or the way they use the Magatama to like paint the killer as maybe not the killer, and then like really like twist everyone at the end. Fantastic. I love the build up from like when like the whole like Maya getting kidnapped to like the whole reveal and everything. And not only that, the themes behind this case are one of the big reasons why I like Justice for All more than the first game, because there is a build up to this case where Phoenix is constantly throughout this game. Phoenix is constantly looking down on Edgeworth because Phoenix has always been fighting on the side of the truth, i.e., his client is innocent and all that. And Edgeworth was actively trying to fight against the truth, and Phoenix has always looked down on him for that. And the whole like Prosecutor Edgeworth chooses death only adds to that for Phoenix. Until this case where he is actively fighting on the side of the bad. And it's so perfect because it's just a slap in the face for Phoenix. It's just a giant backhand. And ooh, it's
by the way, the one and only Junk and Van Cern, welcome to the stream. There's 2 new people here. Hello, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, welcome to the stream. The kidnapping, yeah, because every at the end of that final trial segment, which I haven't, I'm gonna try not to rant so much about this case because I love it, but that final trial segment, it's like Phoenix is constantly spitting out lies and poison, stuff that he doesn't even want to believe, but he's just desperate to get Maya out of there, right? And he it's one of those cases where I genuinely didn't know how it was going to end because I couldn't see a good way out of it until the reveal of what you were supposed to do. It is also one of the only cases with 2 endings.
Oh yeah.
Which thankfully
the miracle
only
happened.
The good ending is canon.
Well, thankfully the miracle happened, so.
Yeah. Thankfully. Oh, because it could have been so bad. But oh man, it's not just I don't know, everything about it, they knew what they were doing with that case, and it's even the title of the case itself, Farewell My Turnabout, is a reference to what Celeste said before, other Celeste did what she did. No, not that Celeste. It's like everything just seamlessly comes together to make Farewell My Turnabout so good and so great. The whole Francisca coming in and the unexpected who was originally the villain ending up being the savior, at the very last moment.
Yeah.
Matt Ungar genuinely being he's not the real threat is Shelley Day Killer, but Matt just being the I'm trying not to swear, the evil person behind the scenes.
Evil game theory, man. It's just a theory.
Yeah. The evil game theory man behind the scenes. I don't know. It's just there's so many good things about it. And when I first played this case, it was the middle of the night, and I binged it until it was 10 in the morning.
Jesus.
But yeah, I am going to this case. I will die on the hill to put it in 2-4 because it is my favorite case in the entire series. As much as I love a lot of the later case, final cases, this one just has everything working for it. And while a lot of the other fantastic cases in the series sort of built on previous cases, this one felt like a solo case, kinda. It still was based around themes from the beginning, but still it felt more of a solo case than the others.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and the Madame Guard reveal. Thank you for mentioning that, Wins. Hang on a sec, I gotta consult myself, okay?
Yeah. We could go on and on about the great moments. There's so many that you're not even mentioning because there's just so many. Yeah. Maya getting kidnapped for one, Francisca getting shot, Gumshoe getting into a car crash, Francisca's last-minute save at the end, the thing with the card, the Shelley the Killer card, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Francisca crying.
Yeah. Okay. I'll leave it at that.
There's just so many great moments in this one.
Oh, broke my heart. Yeah. I will strongly advocate for S+ on this one.
Here's something that because you've said pretty much everything. I'm just gonna say a fun fact that Vince.
Okay.
Wait, no. Sorry. I need to check your name. Vance Siren said it's a follow-up to 1-3, and I think that's super accurate because there's so many parallels. I don't even know if you know what they are. For one, you have Oldbag and Will Powers make a reappearance. That's the obvious one. But also, it's the mask thing again, this Steel Samurai. You have the samurais. A lot of the alibis have to do with who's wearing the mask and what's going on there. And on top of that, you're led to believe that Matt Unguard is Will Powers again. He's innocent. He's very cute, very innocent. Yeah. He can't do no wrong. And Adrian Andrews is supposed to be the I forgot her name. I think it's Dee Vasquez or whatever. Where it's oh, she's the quiet lady.
Yeah.
Everything behind the scenes, but it's an inversion. It's actually Unguard who's the bad guy, right?
That makes it so much better. I like
how it toys with what you think is going to happen based on Turnabout Samurai and flips it on its head.
Yeah.
It's one of the only cases where your defendant is the bad guy, of course, so that makes it really ethical. It's very thematic. It's one of the dare I say, it's one of the only that has a really strong theme all throughout the case and all throughout the game. To be fair, all throughout the game.
Yes.
Edgeworth coming back,
Yeah.
is also great. There's one more
I
thing
agree.
wanted to say. I forgot what it was. But yeah, no, it just plays with a lot of your expectations of Ace Attorney. My only complaint is that I feel like it's too early in the franchise. Like at this point, you've only played 9 cases, so it's like I don't know. Whereas I feel like if the definitive twist happened, like maybe once you were like 12, 13, 15 cases in, then fair enough. I don't know. I think like 9 is a bit too early for such a big twist because now everything else will like go downhill. Not saying it's bad. It's just it makes everything else weaker by comparison.
Yeah,
that's my complaint.
Yeah, I can kind of see what you mean. But I mean, in the case of this being, I'm pretty sure this was meant to only be a trilogy. That's what they were kind of building up to.
Yeah.
So it's like 14, 15 cases in would have been the end. So,
Matt Unguarded and
yeah.
Returning invented tropes for AA, the villain transformation sort of Unguarded. It's really cool. It's like Turnabout Samurai on steroids. But yeah, I think that this case is it's really the start of the real Ace Attorney. I feel like a lot of people will look at the first like 8, other than Rise from the Ashes, the first 7 cases, and be like, oh, it's just a goofy series. It's not that dark, it's not that deep, it's fine. And then this case hits, and it's like, oh wow, Ace Attorney can be so much more.
Yeah.
This is the first case where it's like,
oh my
really,
god,
like
dude.
a lot.
Some of the most emotional moments, like when you have like I'm just gonna mention this one moment when you like enter on Guard's mansion and it's like completely empty, like you just barely miss Maya, but you see like that one photo frame with the letter on the back from Maya, and it's just Pearl just bawling her eyes out. I lost it. I could not.
Yeah, even that's great. Are they not ranking the investigations game? We'll see how many we can rank. We're already like an hour in, so I don't know. We'll see when we get tired.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see how many.
We'll see what we can do. Yeah. We'll try and get to the investigations games in like a later part at least.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what we're doing after trilogy. Are we just gonna do the sequel trilogy as well? I don't know.
We'll do the sequel trilogy and then we'll go back and do investigations, I think, and then finish it off with Great Ace Attorney. I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, we'll do that. So next up, that's Farewell My Turnabout. Very long. Justice for All, one of the weaker games, but the last case really saves it from being like one of the weakest, in my opinion.
Fair enough. Yeah.
So yeah, next up. Oh my god, what's it called? Turnabout Memories. I think Turnabout Memories. No.
It is Turnabout Memories. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Should be.
Wait, then what's 3-4? Turnabout.
3-4 is Turnabout Beginnings, I'm pretty sure.
Oh right, yeah, okay, that's right, yeah. I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah.
But Turnabout Memories.
Yeah, same.
I think that Turnabout Memories is a little overrated. I think it's a great intro case, but it's a little overrated. Yeah. It's a great.
I think in terms of intro cases, it's one of the better ones. Yeah.
But like, I think that again, when you like actually get into the meat and potatoes of the case with the contradictions, they're a bit of a. I think some of these cases are like, when you actually replay them and look at what the contradictions are, you're like, yeah, that was kind of messy. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I like this case more for what it does than what it is, I guess. Just because Dahlia is such a good villain.
Yeah.
And I think she and her music's, I mean, okay, this is irrelevant, but her music's really good. But yeah, Dahlia is a cool villain. I think she puts up quite a good fight. And if you are playing through the trilogy and you're expecting another tutorial case that's kind of like, like do what it, like, not the greatest, but it's short, so you can just kind of move on. I think this comes as a pleasant surprise. I'm not gonna say it's like, I mean, I like it more than 3-2 and 3-3, but
What?
I do. I'm sorry.
And one of those fair enough. The other we're gonna fight over.
Okay.
Turnabout.
I think I know which one it is.
Do you? No, it's pretty obvious which one it is. But yeah, Turnabout.
Yeah.
Crap, I already forgot. Turnabout Memories. I think it's a little overrated, but you get to play as Mia, which is great. Phoenix is your defendant, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Dahlia is I don't think she's amazing in this first case. I think she's all right, an all right villain. She gets.
This is also
better later, but
she does get way better later, but I think she's a good. Because because when she actually goes like super demonic and you know, I think she does a good job there.
Yeah.
She is a better April May in my opinion in this first
Genesis, that's not
case.
fair. That's so unfair. Really?
In the first case. In the first
April May
case.
is the most nothing character ever. That's unfair. Dahlia, come on. Come on now. Just
all right,
because they wear
fair
pink,
enough.
they're the same. No.
But random pro to this, I think Winston Payne is at his best in this case.
No, yeah, Winston Payne is great here. I think this is like his best case probably.
Yeah.
I would put it here. I'd put it above. I'd put it in good tier. I don't think it's great. I think it's good. It's fine.
I'll concede on that.
It's fine. I might put it bottom of great. I think bottom of great actually. That might be where I put it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, there's a lot of new gameplay mechanics. Okay, no, not gameplay mechanics. Story mechanics where you play as Mia for one. That's really interesting. But like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
A lot of people rank like this one like pretty low. A lot of people rank the intro cases really low, and I'm like, why? I mean, I get that they're intros, but at the same time, it's like some of them are great. Some of them are great.
Yeah, I agree.
3-2. Oh my god.
3-2.
3-2. I know I said I have second case syndrome, but this one is like one of my favorites of all time. I love this case so much.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
I think it's one of the best ones.
It's fine.
Really?
I mean, what's okay? You know what? Let me hear your argument.
Okay, so it's kind of like 2-2, where 2-2 got worse on because again I have to edit these cases to upload them to the channel. I had to play them again. Okay, so I played them for myself. I watched a YouTube Let's Play. I played them with my friends, and then I edited for my friends. So I've seen a lot of these cases like 4 times. I've seen pretty much 4 times over, and this one is the only one. One of the only ones that like gets better and better and better upon repeat because you just catch so many things that you just didn't. And like when I first played this, I hated this case when I first played this just because I didn't understand it. But once I like rewatched it several times, I'm like, this is really fucking good. It's like one of the best.
Maybe I'm just missing some stuff.
Because like remember the case starts out with a stolen vase, right? And you have to spend the first investigation and trials, you know, solving like the theft. And it's pretty great. And you arrest Luke Atme over it, right? And you know, you think that's it, right? You think that's it. And then all of a sudden, wait a second, no, there's a murder. You just proved Luke Atme's alibi. So now there's only one other person it could be.
Yeah.
So now
that is a pretty good
right.
That is a pretty good part of it, and I like the part where you like have to stop the other trial before.
Yeah.
Like also like it's kind of like a stupid alibi to be like, hey, you know, in order to get myself not convicted of murder, I'm gonna get myself convicted of grand larceny. Like what?
Well, what's better? What's better, the death penalty or like 6 months in jail? I take the 6 months in jail anytime.
Well, yeah, but you could also just not do either. You know, like you didn't have any choice.
It's such a strong alibi, though. It's like, hey guys, look, this lawyer proved my alibi. It's such a strong alibi, though. It's like, I didn't kill the guy. I was stealing this.
Yeah.
Look at me as the Joker, and I love him. He's like one of my favorite characters in the whole franchise.
True, he is a good villain. I will say that. He's a very fun villain. Okay.
Look at me.
Okay, you're kind of getting on board.
The only 2 like trilogy characters that like, because on our streams, we always do like old voices. Like Gumshoe always makes cameo appearances, but like Luke Atme is also someone who makes a lot of cameo appearances.
Oh, fair enough.
The Joker. Oh, Valley. Oh yes.
I mean,
it's great. I love him so much.
when I think about it more, yeah, no, 3-2 does have some really solid moments. I think it just has for one thing, it has a weaker defendant.
But
that's one.
But you're just wrong to like though.
Is that how that works? I don't know. I wasn't such a big fan of Ron or Desert. Maybe he's too much like me that I was like, I don't know.
He's so cute. He's so adorable. And it's like Desiree as well, because like it's kind of this fake out as well, where you think like, oh, she's using him for money. Oh, maybe she actually did the crime. Maybe she's working with Luke Atme. But in the end, it's like, no, they're actually just a cute pairing. She's one of the best red herrings in the franchise, in my opinion. Just because it's like the game never explicitly says stuff about her. In fact, she's actually super irrelevant to the crime. In fact, she's super irrelevant. But just like you're like, oh, maybe she did something. You know, she's using him for money. You something's going on there. It's like I love her so much. I love all the characters. I love all three of the new characters in this case.
Okay.
Also, and not that this changes anything, but this is also the introduction of Godot. Not that this changes anything, but Godot is so good.
Oh, Godot's really good. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Godot will. I'll put Godot as my favorite for character in this.
But yeah. Oh, we haven't done the favorite characters thing, but like Dahlia here and On Guard for 2-4. But
yes, same. I say same.
Actually,
yeah.
I might say Andrews. Adrian Andrews. It's better. But yeah.
Adrian
Andrews comes back.
Oh, and I will say I like how she appears. Yeah.
And now she's better. You get to like
exactly.
seeing a character like better, you know. You see her.
Yeah, it's like she has the test moment. Genuinely gotten better for something.
She has a test moment.
Yeah. Okay. I'm behind it. All right, where would you put 3-2 then? I'm okay with great.
My fine model.
My fine you want to put it in?
Turn so fast. No, I'll put it in amazing. I'll deal with amazing. I would say like best, but I'll deal with amazing. I think amazing's fine.
Okay. All right. I mean, you kind of convinced me a little bit, so all right, fine.
Because the reason why is because I think genuinely this is the best filler case in the franchise. Like out of like the non like super story relevant cases, this is probably my favorite. At least for the trilogy. Like I'm looking at I don't even know what it would be. Well, to be fair, I don't know what you would consider story important cases. I don't know which ones would be considered story important, but this one's probably
I think I'll agree on that actually in terms of the trilogy.
Yeah. It's
yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And also,
all right.
Also, me with case 2 syndrome, but here it's like, okay, this is a good case 2. I appreciate a good case 2.
Yeah. Okay. I'll get behind it. Yeah. All right.
But yeah, no, replay it. It's so good. It's
3-3.
When I first played it, I just did not understand what was going on. It was a headache. It was a headache to understand. But on repeat, I was like, you know what? I kind of get it.
It's not that I don't understand what's going on with 3-2. I guess it's just I don't know. Maybe I do need to replay it.
Yeah.
It was just something about it that didn't really click for. I think you know what it also might have been. It might have been the fact that Larry comes back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. True. I forgot about that. That's true. Oh man.
I love Larry, but I did not like him in 3-2 at all.
Oh yeah. No. He basically gets that guy killed with his incompetence.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but 3-3.
Recipe for turnabout.
Yeah. I will say this. I like the goofiness of this case.
Yeah.
Because I just love the fact that everyone legitimately thought Furio Tigre was Phoenix, and he just waltzes in with a paper badge and is like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Oh my god. I like how this case is one of the... Again, just like how 2-4 has a consistent theme all throughout with justice, 3-3 is one of the very few cases that has a consistent theme, that being money. Like, all the characters, like, want money. All the characters are in debt
that's
because
true.
of their own faults, and I think that's really interesting to have a consistent through line. It's very irrelevant to Trials and Tribulations. It's very, very irrelevant. Most of the time when people play it, they're like, can we just get to the good stuff already? Because like they're so close to the good parts of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. But I will say, some of the stuff is like I actually really like the whole Cadaverini family and their story.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's great.
Even though they were like, I wish they leaned in more on Bruto Cadaverini, because there was one line from Furio Tigre's like, you mentioned his name, you better be ready to come home in an armored truck, and then he just doesn't do anything, so it's like whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. But I mean, I like Viola. I think she's a great character in general. It's and I like Furio Tigre in the sense that he's a very goofy and fun villain. Yeah. Oh, and I love how Maya always calls him Zen Eop. And the whole Maggie and Gumshoe.
Yeah, this is Gumshoe's.
The whole Maggie and Gumshoe
in the spotlight. You know, it's a spotlight case. This is Gumshoe's spotlight case.
Yeah. Exactly, and like a lot of people don't like this subplot because they don't like how Maggie reacts to Gumshoe, which I can understand, but I think it's a very cute sort of like, realization, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and Gumshoe feeds her his weenies. It's great. I love it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I
actually really like weenies.
But yeah, it's so goofy. They had the whole thing with the Très Bien restaurant and the waitress outfits and all that stuff. Fury Tigre's plan is like one of the smartest, but also one of the stupidest plans, because they fake a restaurant thingy just for that one old guy, so they have like a witness. But also, Fury Tigre pretends to be Phoenix, which is like that's the stupid part, because it's like you already won. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah. Fury Tigre is so goofy, man. I will also say I don't have a thing for Maya, but
yeah, like Ashley.
The waitress outfit was kind of.
Hold up. Like Ashley, huh?
No, okay. Listen. Ashley, I never had a moment I had a crush on Ashley, but Maya was like, oh, like she kind of looks good in the waitress outfit. I don't know if that's really a point for the case, but
I think we have to go above 2-3. I think this has to go above 2-3 at the very least.
I agree.
Like good.
I agree.
Good. Like it's the weakest of the game of Trials and Tribulations, but it's not bad. My favorite.
I personally think Recipe for Turnabout is garbage.
What? Oh, Wince Media.
No, I was reading what Win said. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of like pretty solid stuff. It's the weakest in the game. If this was in Justice for All, then it wouldn't be so bad. Especially because I don't like Justice for All.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Yeah. No,
why are you taking pictures?
Taking pictures? Mandy's like, what's going on there? None of the characters are funny. El Tigre is cringe. Everyone else is boring. El Tigre? Wait, hold up. El Tigre.
El Tigre. Genesis Black.
I don't know.
At least she isn't blonde.
I appreciate that in all the darkness going on, there's a little like slice of life comedy in between all this bullshit going on. Especially the trifecta of like, 2-2, 2-3, 2-4, 3-1, 3-2, 3-4, and 3-5. Having like just a slice of life case is like, okay, I appreciate the slice of life case.
I do agree.
It's the last time where you just have Phoenix and Maya just being, friends. I guess.
Phoenix and Maya. Yeah.
It's the last time.
Exactly.
Where shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
3-4.
Oh boy.
3-4.
Turnabout beginnings. That's the one.
Yeah. I love this case. I think it should go in S.
Okay, I don't know about S, but like, yeah, no, it's really good. This one gets ranked really low, and most people are like, why? Why is it ranked so low? It's not low at all.
Why?
S might be overkill.
I think one of the beauties.
But yeah.
Okay, it's better than 3-2. Come on.
I mean, sure, but like, I don't know, like S, it's so high.
I'm not putting it in S class.
I like the last 5 minutes where the guy so dark. The guy kills himself. I like that.
That's crazy.
That's great. Not
because I like
it's dramatic. It's dramatic. It's like there's this lingering fear because you know that Mia's gonna fail because you know Edgeworth is gonna win. Wait, no, you know Edgeworth isn't gonna lose. So realistically, you're like, oh wait, we're gonna lose this, aren't we? Because you know he has the win streak, right?
It's not only that, yeah. Exactly. We know he has the win streak, and not only that, we know that Dahlia makes it to the case that we see in the first, or the case that we see in the first case. What? Anyway, but you get what I mean. So it's like there's this constant sticky feeling, like oh crap, like everything is gonna go down the drain. And I mean it does. This is also when we really like learn what Godot is all about.
Yeah.
And I think like the perfect final piece in the puzzle for 3-5. And I don't know, like the whole setting of it is really interesting too, because it's like them on a bridge and it's like overlooking like this watery area below. I think that's such a cool setting and such Yes, Dusky Bridge. That was the name of it. It's such a cool and epic setting, and then like sort of like piecing together everything that Dahlia was trying to do. I think is really good. I don't know. I don't see why it shouldn't be in S. I guess.
I think my arguments is that like while there are a lot of like great background pieces, Edgeworth, Diego Armando, Dahlia, Mia, a lot of the case is stuff that okay, the first I would argue the first 60% of the case is just stuff that you just don't care about, right? It's like, oh, the car trunk, she must have been in the car trunk. Oh, the napkin, it was the color blue. Oh, the body, that's how she carried it. It's just like, I don't care about this stuff. Let's get to the meat already.
Hey.
And that's it's not bad.
But you can say things like that for you can say things about that 3-2. You know what I mean? Because your argument for 3-2 is that it gets really good in terms of all the twists that happen and sort of all the developments that occur. But 3-4, once you really get into the meat of the potatoes of the thing, it really picks up. And I don't know.
Well, no, but 3-4 is the big payoff, though. That's the thing. 3-2 is a fillery case, but 3-4 is the big payoff. But my criticism is that the first hour and a half, you're focusing on the case itself. You're not focusing on who Mia is, who Dahlia is, who Godot is. It's just okay, the note belonged to this person. Oh, the jewel belonged to this person. It's I don't know. I feel like in a case that is so relevant to the story, and the first hour and a half is not that character driven. It's kind of let's get to the good part. And then when it gets to the good part, it gets really good. But that takes a while.
Yeah, but I mean, do you want Dahlia to just come out right at the gate?
Well, no, I want to know. I feel that would Mia versus Edgeworth. That's cool, right? I don't think we get that.
And we don't get a whole lot of, but I guess Edgeworth really never thought about defense attorney or the defense attorneys he was battling until Phoenix came along, right? Yeah. So it's in character, I guess.
Yeah. No, but again, because there's no investigation, the first half are it's setting up the mystery, and I think that's fine. But it's why can't we have a trial? Why can't we have an investigation with Mia? That'd be so much cooler. Diego Armando is helping you out with the investigation. You slowly piece things together. Just a really, really short investigation segment, right? The first part just feels
I feel
the crime itself, but not the characters. You know what I mean?
I feel like it would have broken up the pacing though, because the whole pacing behind 3-4 is that it's you're, I guess, constant, or maybe not constantly in the thick of it, but you're, I guess, sort of because the trial segments are automatically some of the more intense parts, or the more intense segments. You know what I mean? And this case is supposed to feel it, I guess. I'm okay with putting it in A, I guess, but I really do think it deserves at least, maybe not. I don't think it should go above 1-4, but
yeah, I think we'll put it here. I think the best ever is
in the same tier.
That seems a little high.
Yeah. I don't think it should go in best of the best for sure. But...
Yeah, no, it's just I don't. It's a good it's good and it's short, but again, I feel the first half is kind of wasted.
Yeah.
On stuff that doesn't matter.
I'm okay with there above 3-2. Yeah.
Yeah. No, the ending with the Dahlia gets away with it. That's really strong. That's really powerful. But it's
yes. Oh yeah.
I think we could have gotten to there we either could have gotten to there sooner, or the beginning parts could have been more character driven. Character driven. Now, the last one.
Well,
I don't think we need to talk about this one, right?
I don't think so either. I think we all know our opinions. I want to hear.
It's awful. It's terrible.
Anyone? Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, if anyone who actually liked this case is in the chat, please feel free to let us know, because this case is genuinely terrible, and I think it should be the first one and fail.
Yeah, no,
actually,
I think it's awful.
No.
It's a mess. No,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, people this is the best way to end it. Okay. You want a small spoiler, Genesis?
What do you mean spoiler?
DC All Stars is kind of inspired by this one. The ending is kind of inspired by this one.
Really?
No, okay, no. I say that I don't mean no one's gonna get murdered. No one's gonna get murdered. That's what I meant.
Well, obviously, I didn't think that part.
In a sense that it wraps 3 games worth of story. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Is that it's inspired by this, where it's like 3 games worth of story is in the finale. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh,
Where
holy crap!
every
No,
single character gets something great. That's all I'm gonna say.
are you talking about Turnabout Trump? Yeah, no. We're talking about Bridge of the Turnabout. It's actually horrible.
Yeah.
Worst case of all
terrible,
time.
Terrible place. No,
No.
I don't even know what there's to say. Everything. No. I don't even want to focus on this just because we're gonna take so long on it, and it's just everyone knows it's good.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone knows. Everyone knows it should be an S plus.
Godot, Mia, Dahlia, Phoenix, everything's great. Pearl, Maya, everything. So yeah, pretty good. I don't even want to talk about it. Like, everyone just gets it at this point.
Yeah. Everyone gets it. 3.5 is great. We all know this is like one of the biggest cases in the entire series, if not the biggest. Yeah, S plus.
Yeah, I think I said this before. It's not even out yet, but on the channel when we played 3 Bridge to Turnabout, I said that the final segment is one of the best segments in any video game ever. I don't know if you agree with that.
I can understand why. I can genuinely understand why.
Where it's like, who stabbed Dahlia? Who stabbed Dahlia? Who was it? And it's like, oh, I know who did
it. It's still not above 2.4 for me, but like, I mean, like, it's the difference is just like it doesn't really matter. Just put it where it is. But yeah, it's perfect. Wraps up everything. Yeah, I don't think we need to talk more about this. I can't believe the main antagonist gets exercised in DC All-Stars. Yes, that's what happened.
So I think we should go on a little break here before we decide what to do. It's been 90 minutes. Let's go on a little break.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, for the most part, the trilogy, we mostly agreed with everything. I don't think there's any like massive shock takes. But
yeah.
But that's because the trilogy is like, you know, it's like 4 cheese pizza. You know, it's kind of basic, but it'll get everything you want filled up. You know.
Exactly. In my opinion,
things are gonna get.
In my opinion, the Ace Attorney trilogy itself. Oh yeah. Ace Attorney trilogy, as a whole, like in the collection itself, is I think my 3rd favorite video game of all time. I actually really like the Ace Attorney trilogy. Yeah,
what's above it?
It's not only just what's above it. The only 2 games that are above it are Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Amori.
Okay, fair enough. I would think either of those. So.
Yeah. Amori, but yeah, I love what Ace Attorney trilogy brings to the table, and although I agree that there are a lot of visual novels with much better storytelling, Your Turn to Die, I'm looking at you. Ace Attorney trilogy just has so many like good memories for me. There's so many good highlights of it, and like the characters in and of itself just they feel like comfort food for me, you know. But yeah, what's your guys' take on the Ace Attorney trilogy? I'm curious.
I have a hot take.
Okay. All right, hit me with it.
Out of the 4 series, you know, Phoenix trilogy, Apollo trilogy, Investigations, and Great Ace Attorney. Out of the 4 series, this is my least favorite out of the 4.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not because it's bad. Because I love a lot of the stuff here. It's not because it's bad. I think it's just because it's too much like vanilla ice cream for me. Just because I've gotten myself in the series for the last like 3 years now, and it's just I don't know. I'm just tired of it. I love it when people aren't afraid to diversify and talk about the future stuff. You know, it's like I don't know. I'm so tired of seeing like Phoenix, Maya, Goku, Edgeworth. I want to see Apollo. I want to see Athena. I want to see Ryunosuke. You know, I want to see the Sebastian Best. Right.
I guess I can concede on that stuff. I can understand because it's the most classic thing everyone talks about this whole trilogy, as opposed to a lot of the post trilogy stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's classic to me for a reason.
Because 3.5 is a very natural stopping place, right? You can stop and be like, you can never think of Ace Attorney again, and be like, you know what, that was awesome. I like that. But no.
Actually, I'm pretty sure that was meant to be the end of the trilogy too.
Yeah, no, it was. It absolutely was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like.
And then they chose to continue it.
It's good in a sense that vanilla ice cream is good, but if you want more like flavor, then like the other 3 series will give you a lot more stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. A post trilogy, I don't know. The thing about post trilogy, I feel like Apollo Justice, like here's the thing. If you were going to like continue a trilogy that's already feels so tight knit and good.
Yeah.
You got to really bring it for that fourth game. I don't think Apollo Justice did that. Spoiler alert, but we'll get to that when we get to
Oh
it.
boy. Oh boy. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like how I see 999. I can see myself playing 999 over and over and over again for the rest of my life. Right. Same with the original trilogy. I can see myself playing this over and over and over again. There's some stuff like some of these games I'm probably never gonna play again. Same with the VLR. I'm probably never gonna play VLR again. But it's like because it's like a very special one-time experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And
I guess here's the thing with VLR though, like because 999 was intended to only be one game. That was the whole thing. And when you read interviews, it's like they were like, we might make another game depending on like the reception of it. But again, this is another case in which if you're gonna make a sequel, you're gonna have to really bring it for that sequel, you know, because otherwise it's just gonna end up looking worse by comparison. But VLR did bring it.
Oh yeah.
I love VLR. Fantastic.
Yeah.
But I Apollo Justice could have been so much more for me. But it is what it is.
We'll get there, and I agree with you. I don't think we're gonna have nice things to say about Apollo Justice. Let's just say that. The game, not the character. The game.
I'm sorry for everyone who really likes Apollo Justice.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for everyone who likes Apollo Justice here. I will also say I do agree with what Wince says about how it kind of sucks that Dual Destinies goes back on a lot of the good stuff Apollo Justice did. But ooh.
Apollo Justice is DC 2, Dual Destinies is All Stars. That's how I say it.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, we're going back. We're going back.
Basically, yeah. Real quick, let me use the bathroom before I do Yeah. Perfecto. Oh wow. Before I say anything, okay, yeah. So Rai just released the Dan cameo publicly. I wasn't expecting that.
What did you do? What did you do? I'm gonna watch it right now on stream. I'm gonna watch
it. No, it's nothing crazy. Nothing actually.
Hey there, Rai
happened.
Guy. It's Dan.
But
Thanks a bunch
Dan
for the
isn't
kind
dead.
words. Means a lot coming from you. Yeah, I've been keeping tabs on the season, even if I couldn't be there myself. But hey, it's been less stressful watching from home. Can't deny that. As for who's playing the best,
you're dead.
Alex definitely got some solid strategy going on, but I've also been impressed by Ashley's game. Both of them seem to have learned from their previous mistakes and gotten their teams under control. Thanks again for reaching out, Rai Guy. Hope you're having a great day too. Hey there, Rai Guy.
I love that. That's so amazing. Okay, we'll be right back, guys. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Did you miss my reaction? I had a great reaction.
Wait, what? I missed her. Did you react to the Dan cameo? I didn't see it.
Yeah, I had a great reaction.
Wait, Genesis is not beating the.
Did Jared write that?
Let me guess. You heard Ashley mention. Yes, Jared did write that for me. I did not.
Does he know? Does Jared know?
Yes. Yeah. I don't know whether he knows, but the fact that he put Ashley in there, I gave him the benefit of the doubt that he didn't know, but
Yeah, stop being horny, Genesis. Jesus, stop being horny.
I'm
trying.
Oh no!
If you're watching this for the first time, if you don't know who we are, and you don't know what Disventure Camp is, you're gonna be very confused. If any of you don't know what Disventure Camp is.
Yeah. Which shout out to you if you're not here from Disventure Camp. But
welcome to the channel.
Ooh, welcome to the channel. Yes.
So, what are we gonna do?
I'll go back and listen to the reaction.
Are we gonna finish with the sequel trilogy?
I'm You know what? Let's do it. Okay, yeah. Let's just do it, and then we'll call it after the sequel trilogy. Yeah.
And then we'll do the spin-offs in another stream.
I like that.
Okay, wait. Let me just organize all of them. There's 16 cases, but I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. Do you want to split up 6-5? Because Turnabout Revolution. Do we want to split that one up?
What? Wait. Why do you want to split? Oh, because it's like kind of two different cases in one.
Yeah. You have the politician stuff, and then you have
there is
stuff.
Oh, they literally split it up. Weird. Okay. I guess we can just do it the way they do it then.
Okay, split it up. No.
Wait, why are there 3, 6, 5? Oh, it's 6.
No, they have both.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay, yeah. Then we might as well.
Okay, so Turnabout Trump. Firstly, funny name. Turnabout Trump. I think Jared secretly watched The Dispatch in his spare time. If he watches The Dispatch, he'd be mad at me for spoiling so many things.
Oh my gosh. So I know we are gonna disagree on this one. I know we are. Because we have talked about this one before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We have talked about this one before. I think this is the best tutorial case in this entire series.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I love the.
I mean, okay. Well, now that I'm thinking about it, sure, because like a lot of them aren't good. So now that I'm thinking about it, sure, I can buy that. I can buy that.
Yeah. And it's not only just kind of the feel of it; it's also just how well it catches people off guard. And I wish they'd maintained this momentum for the entire game, because it gives that vibe that they're going for, which is like feeling so radically different from the original trilogy. This is a different time. Things are very different. And for a sequel that could have just been like a run-of-the-mill, oh, Phoenix Wright's back, everyone, hey, it's not that at all. And this first case clearly establishes that. You learn that Phoenix isn't the person that he used to be. He's actually kind of bad.
Kind of a bad boy.
Yeah. And I think it does a good job like revealing Phoenix as well, because you really can't recognize him until the judge goes, yeah, long time no see, Mr. Wright.
What?
But I'm sorry, that's my judge voice. I
Why does it sound like that? What does that mean? What do you mean? Oh man.
Oh, we probably have radically different voices for these characters, but yeah. Anyway, I like the villain as well. I think it's such a good twist. Again, the best twist villain of the first the first cases of the series. I like the whole poker theme that they have going on. I like a lot of the twists, or not the twists, but a lot of the mystery itself, like the core mystery.
Yeah.
Like, I like the whole idea of how I like the idea of like swapping the small chips for being the bigger worth ones, with like the bigger chips being the smaller worth ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like that whole thing. I like the how the club is sort of like this illegal area, so like there are certain like secret passageways and all that. I like how they do it.
That's pretty good.
Yes, yeah. I think Olga's a pretty good like beginning witness.
What?
I mean, she's not great, but she's fun.
Like a fun thing. Okay, she turns into a pirate.
I mean,
that's pretty fun.
Yeah, exactly. I like the Olga quick fingers Orly. And I think Kristoff's a great villain. I in terms of introductions to a game, or introductions to like a sequel trilogy, this was the best way they could have done it, in my opinion. By sort of establishing why this game deserves to exist, why it should be there. I think it does a good job of that, in my opinion.
I don't know. I have a lot of complaints about this case, but the first that immediately comes to mind is that while the mystery is good, there's no motivation, because you don't know what it is. It's purposefully hidden until the final case. So you don't know why Kristoff did the murder. Right? And that's like a lot of investment in these characters, is that like you get the motivation, you understand what's going on, but you don't. And on one hand, that sets up a pretty good mystery, but on the other hand, I don't know. If we're grading it in a vacuum, it doesn't answer the mystery, right? And even when it does actually answer the mystery in 4-4, I feel like it's a little underwhelming. I feel like we were waiting so long for that. Like, it's fine.
Well, that's a problem for 4-4. I don't know. That's a problem for 4-4.
Like I don't know, because like it does set a good cliffhanger, but I don't like it because it's like it doesn't answer the. We don't know. We don't know who Kristoff is. It's like I like the idea that he's evil, but at the same time we don't know who he is. Right.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess, but like there are also unanswered mysteries in like say like 3-1 as well, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, like the idea of an unanswered mystery itself, I think in terms of the 4-4-1 end, they did a good job. Obviously later it ends up being pretty underwhelming.
Yeah.
But in terms of 4-1 mystery itself, it's like, why did Kristoff do this? Why is Phoenix like this? You know, it's meant to have a lot of questions. That's what it's going for.
I don't know. I don't know, because I feel like in Trials and Tribulations, the long gap is substantiated. You know, because of all these additional stuff, like Godot showing up and Phoenix being all secretive and whatnot. Like it's not a lot. Don't get me wrong, but whereas in Apollo Justice, the game, the next two cases are just kind of fillery. Like, you know, there's no build up to the bigger mysteries, right? It's just kind of like, oh, we're just gonna do goofy stuff now.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and it's just like, I don't know. 4-1 is like, it's strong, but I feel like retroactively, because we know what happens in 4-4, it's kind of like, kind of lowers it.
I mean,
it's kind of like the Force Awakens in Star Wars, where it's like it's a good setup, but then the sequels of Star Wars. I don't know if you've seen Star Wars.
Then the sequels suck. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
no, I know what you mean. I think Force Awakens is a strong setup for the sequel trilogy, and then it just falls off.
Drops the ball.
It's the same. It's the same here, but I don't think the Force Awakens should be brought down because of it. If that makes sense. Yeah. Same thing here.
I don't know. I guess. I can't be a hypocrite because I do 5-hour-long retrospectives of DC2. I'm like, oh yeah, the first episodes are great, and then after that, it drops the ball. So I don't. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Fine. Fair enough. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Because like on one hand, it opens a lot of mysteries, but on the other hand, they don't get good resolution. But then again, that's not 4-1's fault. That's not 4-1's fault, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm okay with A or B. I'm more pining for A, but if you really want to do B, at the very least, I think it's better than Reunion and Turnabout. Actually,
yeah, 100%. But that's my opinion because I like Reunion and Turnabout. I'll put it here. It's fine. Also, Kristoff has like one of the worst breakdowns in the franchise. He's just kind of like, okay, I'm done. It's like so bad.
It's so underwhelming.
Yeah. Both times it's underwhelming. I don't like it. Okay, I like
both times. Yeah,
the bracelet. I don't like I hate the bracelet so much. I hate the bracelet. Whenever the in the court segments, whenever the bracelet shows up, it pisses me off because I hate it. It's not fun.
Yeah, it seems it's so weird to mention in a courtroom, if that makes sense. Like I get the idea, and like the more I think about it, yeah, it's not just like a magic like out of nowhere thing that they're going for.
Yeah.
But okay, to be fair, the Magatama is very much like that as well.
Yeah.
But
it's a pace breaker. That's why I
don't know.
It's such a pace breaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
I still think it's a cool mechanic because I like looking for the twitches.
I like it in the investigations, not in the trials. It's fun in the investigations.
Yeah, that's fair.
The mood matrix is fun. The Magatama is fun. The bracelet is like. I kind of like it. I can feel he's furious, but restraining his anger. You can feel him screaming from his desk slam. Like, I don't know. Like, if Kristoff was like this lingering threat who, you know, throughout the rest of the game, he's like this big, scary man, then sure. But, like, I don't know. He's relevant into Case 1, he's relevant in Case 4, and that's it. There's just this big middle gap where they don't even mention him, I don't think.
Yeah. And that's my big problem with Apollo Justice, is that it has... 4-1 gives it a strong start, and then the rest of the 4-2 and 4-3 are just like, they do nothing with it.
I do think there is some bias
nothing with it.
Because, like, we go from the trilogy, which is very nice, and then you go to Apollo Justice. I don't know if you played these games on Steam, if it's like HD. I don't know if you played on the DS. You might have played on the DS.
Oh, I played it on the DS emulator.
Okay, never mind. Because for me, it's like, because the graphics get such a downgrade, it makes it harder for me to relate. I don't know. So maybe I need to play the Steam version of Apollo Justice to like better get these characters. In my opinion, that's my problem. Because of such a big downgrade.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
4-2 I don't.
Yep.
I'm so sorry, Fen. I will agree. I think Plum Kataki is pretty cool.
What about Mr. What about that guy?
I actually like Eldoon. I actually do like Eldoon. We'll say this.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty cool. So there are cool characters. I don't know. Wacky's pretty annoying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. Alita. Yeah.
I think Alita's a pretty cool villain. But
what?
Nah.
Pretty cool. Okay, Alita also has such an underwhelming breakdown. All these characters have such underwhelming breakdowns.
Yeah, agreed.
Man, he says, "What the hell was that? That was my harmonica. You don't like my harmonica solo?"
Here's the thing. I wish 4-2 and 4-3, one of the simple... We'll keep this in 4-2. I think one of the things they should have sort of like leaned into with 4-2 was sort of like this Dark Age of the Law feeling.
Yeah.
I think Dual Destinies does a better job of establishing that more than Apollo Justice, whereas it's supposed to reign true in both games. I think having maybe some element of like forging, like not Apollo forging evidence, but like some sort of like, you know, underground sort of like dealing or something like that, something to really make it feel like it's the Dark Age of the Law would have benefited this case.
It's way too goofy. I think after 4-1, which establishes Apollo's mentor is evil, Phoenix is a hobo now. You know, he lost his badge. He cheated. You know, people just get murdered left and right. You have this random, like, orphan girl. I guess, do they know she's an orphan at this point? I guess they do. And then you just have a case about noodles and, like, you know, all this stuff. It just feels just really goofy. Like, I don't know. It doesn't feel dark at all. And I appreciate that it's, like, three mysteries all in one. With the, like, someone ran over Phoenix's, like, foot or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, like, it just feels totally weird.
Yeah, I agree. It's so out of place. And I do like Apollo and Trucy's dynamic, but I don't think it's enough to save the case.
Yeah. Fen says, this case holds a special place in my heart because it was when I met Shaw. Yeah. The best part of the case, in my opinion, the best part of the case is the fact that the character dynamics are so funny. Like, this is, in my opinion, this is the only time where Trucy, Hobo Phoenix, Apollo, and Clavier just have this, like, really fun dynamic. It's so fun. It's the only time it's like this in the whole game.
I will agree with that.
So I don't mind having a case where they can just riff and have fun, but, like, I don't know. I feel like you can have funny moments in a dark time, right? Spoilers, but DC All Stars is pretty dark. But, like, it's still one of the funniest seasons because we need to compensate because of how dark it is. So, like, you know, let's have laughs here and there before people start crying, before things start getting dark.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't think 4-2. I think I will put 4-2 personally in subpar.
Yeah, no, I agree with her. I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I think I think Alita is one of the worst villains. I think all three of these villain characters in Apollo Justice are like some of the worst in the series.
No, I do agree. I think, in my opinion, she's the best villain in the game.
Oh,
No,
God.
okay, no, Kristoff is the best.
Wait,
actually.
Jonk mentioned something that I didn't even think about. I love this case because of the characters. The only one I didn't like is Wesley. I forgot the panty snatching happens here.
Oh,
I completely forgot about that.
me! Oh, okay, yeah, no, this case 100% deserves to be in subpar. Ugh.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, the mystery itself is very basic, and that's a problem when you're Ace Attorney. Like same with 2-2. It's like it's such a basic mystery for such a fun series. I guess. Where I think Alita's like in the cart and she shoots the guy, and that's why the bullet wound is on the wrong side of his head or whatever, from where you think it's supposed to be. And like I like that because it's so simple, but at the same time, it's like it's so simple.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm sorry, Fan.
4-2, the panties. The panty raid. Yeah. I don't know.
But
I think that. Oh yeah, sorry. Yes.
Oh, no, I was gonna transition into the next one, but so you can go.
No, just 1-2. I don't like 1-2, but at least people probably aren't going to be burnt out on this. I can see people getting burnt out on this. I can see people dropping it Apollo Justice because of this.
Yeah.
And like it's funny. And
same.
I love it. I love the character dynamics, but it's like nah. nah.
Yeah. But I will give it this. It is not the worst case in the game.
Hey, can I do you one better? Can I do you one better?
Yeah.
It's not the worst case in the franchise.
Hit
It's not the worst case in the franchise.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Oh boy. So I will say this. I don't think Serenade is because everyone treats Serenade as like this steaming pile of dark, shadowy, gross evilness. I think it's just a dark, steamy pile of nothing, or not nothing. Dark, steamy pile of crap.
Yeah. I feel like this is the biggest disconnect.
I don't think it's the worst thing.
It's the biggest disconnect between like author intentions and like actual intentions. I feel, in my opinion.
Yeah. Exactly.
From a writer's perspective, I feel like it's Clavier's time in the spotlight, but it's like he didn't really get anything here. This is Clavier's like signature case.
He didn't. No. It's really like a pile of nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of the music stuff. There was some interesting ways to utilize the music stuff that I will say. But I think it could have been so much better, and also the mystery itself just sucked.
Yeah. I agree. It's another one of those times where there's really only one person it could be. Which I don't.
Yeah.
That itself is not a bad thing. Like one of my favorites again is the Stolen Turnabout. And there's really only one person it could be in that case. But like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious, and it lasts 2 days, and he's just so hostile. And it's just like
Yeah. It's really annoying, but I again to go back to some positive. I like the part where like you use that kind of like equalizer thing to find out.
I hate that part. That's my least favorite part.
You really? You do?
No,
I don't know.
I don't like about Apollo Justice. It has so much like what I will call cooking mama shit, where it's just like it feels like there's just random minigames for the sake of having random minigames. Like stuff with the fingerprints, and stuff with the shoe, and stuff with the guitar. It's like, why are we having cooking mama minigames in our Ace Attorney? What is this?
I guess that's a fair point. I don't know. The reason why I think that was the case is because they wanted to make good use of the DS.
Yeah.
Because this was the first like actual new game on the DS. And while I think some of the things were utilized badly, like for example, I did not like the whole dance segment where you had to like watch the dance video and like determine contradictions there. Not the dance video, like the whole
I know you're
Lanois.
Pleasure
that whole thing.
It's an inside joke on our stream.
Yes,
like
exactly.
It kept on playing, and every time it kept on playing, we'd like scream because we were so mad. It was so funny.
Yeah.
We'd be like, "No!"
Oh my god.
No more. No more. End this madness.
Oh, for good reason, because you have to keep listening to that part over and over again, and the contradiction is nowhere near obvious, at least to me. But the equalizer part I actually liked because it felt fitting for the musical thing.
Yeah. I don't know, because on the streams we had like two
other.
people who were musically inclined, and they were like, "That's just wrong. Like the contradiction is just not correct."
Is it?
Yeah. Because it's like
Is
it's
it
supposed to
really?
be like something is offbeat, but it's like no, that wasn't actually offbeat. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my two co-hosts, Daniel and Shaw, they're very pitch perfect, so they're like, that's not correct. They tried and they failed.
Oh, okay.
So it's not even right. Yeah.
Okay, if that's the case, maybe if I was more musically inclined, I would have disliked it more. That's a fair point. Okay, yeah. There's even the positives is I'm like really stretching here. Ooh.
I don't know. There's I feel like Apollo Justice as the game tries to do too many ambitious things, and it kind of drops the ball. For example, there's the whole thing about the Virginian like police or whatever, and it's just like, oh, we have to import this cocoon, so we have to hide inside Clavier's guitar, and it's like, what the fuck's going on? What the hell is going on? And one of my favorite things is like, oh, you can't take him down. He's not from here. He's from Virginia. You can't take him down through conventional means. And then he gets taken down through conventional means. It's like, what? What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't know.
But yeah, 4-3, yeah, it's not. If anyone has any like good positives for 4-3, please feel free to drop in the chat and we'll read them. But yeah, man.
I want to do an experiment. I want to see if playing 4-1, 4-2, and then 4-4 will make Apollo Justice a better game. Because I really think that the biggest flaw is that it breaks so much of the momentum of the game that by the time you reach 4-4, you just kind of sick of it. I feel like most people just get sick of the game.
No, that's fair. I agree. Especially when you have like...
Yeah?
I was saying, especially when you have two subpar cases in a row, it's like...
It just breaks the momentum to a screeching halt.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I genuinely think this is one of the only... Okay, there's another one in that we're probably not going to get to today, but there's another one in the future that would go here. But I think I know what it is. Do you actually? Wait, do you actually? No, I don't think we're going to get to it today, though, so if you know what it is, what do you think it is?
Yeah. I think it's I won the fifth case of Investigations 1.
No.
Really?
No.
Okay.
That one has Callisto U. That one's fine. That one's okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The Callisto U stuff's fine.
Then I have no clue.
It's here. It's in the greatest journey. It's in the greatest journey.
Probably a second case.
Correct.
Really?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. It's this one.
Oh wait. The stream's a little delayed for me, but I'm going to guess right now that it's the first case.
Of what?
Of Great Ace Attorney.
No, it's this one.
It's for some reason it's wait. Okay, wait. It's a little delayed. I think it's. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's really the second case.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes. I mean, to be fair, that one doesn't have it doesn't have a trial. Anyway.
It's my least favorite ever. No, sorry. No. Serenade's worse. Serenade's way worse.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Next up, we have the finale, which it's not the worst finale because Turnabout Ablaze exists. Ugh. But it's pretty down there. I think it's the second worst finale in the series.
It might be worst for me because no, because Ablaze drags on way too much. So yeah. Okay. Here's the thing about 4-4. I like what they were going for, and I like the Juris system. I think it's really good. Actually, you know what? The Juris system alone puts it above Ablaze for me.
What?
Yeah.
What? The Juris system is like one button. You just
above Ablaze.
That's it.
Yeah, but I like the idea of them like that being like the crux of the whole thing,
Okay.
Or like the thing that actually takes Kristoff down,
I don't even. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even understand that plot point. I don't understand that plot point.
You don't?
Like,
because they don't have enough evidence to convict Kristoff.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Now, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. Because like I found it confusing because I was like the jury system I thought was like, oh, because the judges always give like unfair rulings. I'm like, this judge has been like fair. It's like, what are you talking about? This judge has like, always given the correct ruling. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, no, in this case it's just because they didn't have enough evidence, so they were like, all right, we'll just use the jury system. But I like that. Here's the thing. I think there are elements that could have made it great. I think there's just a lot of pace breakers because you may feel differently, but I did not like the Mason system.
Yeah, no, I think the Mason system is a massive mess. I think it just like it makes sense, but like it's like a jigsaw. It's like deciphering the Danganronpa timeline. It's like you can do it, but good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Have fun.
Exactly.
Like you can do it with
and there's parts where you have to like there are parts where you have to use stuff that you get from the future to solve stuff in the past, and it's like how does that work? You know?
I like it because it's like Phoenix like making his own video game basically, which is kind of funny, but like yeah, no, it's a mess.
Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like there were better ways they could have explained it. I don't know. I like the idea of it, but it's just it broke the pace of the case so much.
I think just
so,
like how 4-1 is a great start for Apollo Justice, 4-4 has a great start. Like the first day where you have, I forgot her name, like Vera Mishama or whatever, and she's the defendant, she's not talking, you go to her house, and all of a sudden you see these portraits of like Apollo's old cases. It's like, what's going on here? Oh my god. And also, again, more moments with Apollo, Phoenix, and Trucy, that's always fun. But then
I agree.
In the middle, there's just this big gap where it's like a flashback case and then the Mason system. And like the flashback case is funny because Gumshoe appears and it's like the old graphics again. I'm like, okay, this is nice. I like this.
Yeah. Like, and I did like the flashback case, but you know.
I don't know, it feels weird. It feels like things were accidentally copy-pasted into the wrong place. You know?
Yeah. I get what you mean. It doesn't feel very coherent, I guess.
Yeah. And the ending is awful. I hate the ending so much. I don't like the ending.
Yeah. In my opinion, I think and Fen may or may not disagree. I think Turnabout Substitution used the Juris system so much better and more interesting. But yeah.
Wait a second.
Anyway,
so I might play that actually. I know it's a fan.
You don't know. You have. Yeah.
Does it use Pyrite? Does it use Pyrite?
I love Turnabout. It does use Pyrite, and I think it's a fantastic. Here's the thing. Oh, dang it! Right, because it's not a Mac thing, right?
It doesn't work for Mac. Like, they tried to do it, but like they abandoned Pyrite. Like I think like 10 years ago at this point. So it's like never mind.
Yeah. Pyrite's very old. Substitution is just starts out as like a complete joke and meme, and then all of a sudden in the second half it gets amazing. But yeah, I think it uses the Juris system way better than this case did. I don't think it was used well enough. But I liked it being I like the idea.
Yeah.
I like the idea of the Juris system itself.
Yeah.
Fen, I'm so sorry. But yeah. I liked and I like Vera Misham. I think she's a cool defendant. I like the whole like her painting the past cases. That's all I got.
I don't know what the painting the past cases has to do with anything though. Like I think it's a good cliffhanger, but it's like it doesn't lead anywhere. That's what annoys me. Yeah. It's like it's such a good cliffhanger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kristoff's takedown is it's just so underwhelming. It's just like take down this guy.
Yeah. And I don't know, just having Kristoff be the culprit again.
I don't know. It just Apollo Justice as a whole just feels so weird. Like I don't know in what world is this a well-constructed game, you know? Like I think the beginning, yes, but everything else is like, what the heck, man? What the after he came up with Trials and Tribulations as well, it's like, what? How did you go from that to that? How did that happen?
To me, it's
I'm gonna say
to me it's disappointing because I'll agree. To me, it's disappointing because like this game could have been so good. Like it had the elements of being like a really new and interesting game, and I think the first case really lent itself to that. And then it just sort of like, you know, like you expect it to get better from the first case, you know?
Yeah. No, it does not use the first case as a springboard at all, and that's really disappointing.
Yeah, exactly.
I put it at the bottom of decent, by the way. It's at the bottom, decent.
I agree. I
think the first case is better just because it's short, gets to the point, it's concise. This one is not.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think
that's Apollo Justice for you guys.
Turnabout Countdown. Oh boy, I think that this is probably weird whiplash for a lot of people. You know, to go from Apollo Justice and then to go here where he's back and like it's not really explained. It's probably jarring, but that's because it's out of order. That's because like the timeline's out of order in this game.
Yeah.
Right? Like 5-2 actually is the chronologically the earliest case, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I like this game being out of order.
Yeah, no, I love that. People don't like it, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I think it's really well done, especially because like when you actually like figure out where 5-1 takes place, it takes place in between, like in the middle of 5-4, which is really interesting. Yeah.
I love it. I love the court just randomly getting bombed. I thought that was great. The villain is like he's nothing special, but it's funny. It's the introduction of Athena, which is great. The mood matrix as well. I don't know. Seeing Apollo like as not the main character anymore is pretty interesting. I just wish this was more Athena's case than Phoenix's case. Phoenix did not need to be the main character in this case. It could have been Athena.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Because Athena is so much more interesting, and I really like Athena.
Yeah. You do.
I'll admit this one. But like, how do I explain this? I think it's, for one thing, the intro really hyped me up for 5-1. But it's one con I will say is something that Wince mentioned earlier, which was that it feels like they kind of like dropped all of the good things that Apollo Justice was, which I can completely understand why, because I imagine Apollo Justice got a lot of backlash. But like, there were some good elements to it that I wish they really tapped into, but it's fine. I like sort of the lightheartedness of it, and I think this case actually really did feel like a Dark Age of the Law kind of case. Just like, even despite it being a little more lighthearted, because like Ted was trying to blow up evidence and stuff like that, you know, the whole courtroom bombing, you know.
All while still
being
like in that it still retains that like goofy but still like murder mystery sort of energy that the first 3 games had. I feel like this was a great return to form, like a great soft reboot. I feel like Apollo Justice, it's still you know, despite all the things I've said, it's still an okay game, but it doesn't feel like an Ace Attorney game. You know what I mean? It feels like a reboot.
Yeah.
And this is like a second reboot, I guess.
Yeah.
Apollo Justice is like The Last Jedi. This one is like Rise of Skywalker, except actually good, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think this one can go in B or C for me.
Yeah. Okay, B, that might be a little too high. B's a little high.
No, fair enough.
Like, it's good, it's not that good.
Yeah.
I'll put it here.
I'll put it here. That's fair.
I'll put it above Recipe for Turnabout, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, that works out. Yeah, like, that's solid.
It's nothing special, but it is a great reintroduction, I will say. After you muscle through Apollo Justice to be back here, it's like, you know what? I miss being back here. I miss being back with Phoenix as a lawyer. Here's what I will say very briefly about Dual Destinies as a whole. I think I don't have a problem when things are damage controlled to be fixed. And that's because, you know, again, Adventure Camp All-Stars. That's a big reason why.
No, I agree.
Where it's like, yes, we're getting rid of the good things in DC2. I understand that, but at the same time, might as well reboot the whole thing. I get that.
I feel like AJ feels more like Dark Age of the Law with how all clients. The thing about AJ or Apollo Justice really only felt like Dark Age of the Law in the first case, because that one had Phoenix forging evidence, which really was a slap in the face. Because clients still can technically do illegal stuff, like Iris did illegal things in Trials and Tribulations, but was still innocent of the crime in question, you know?
My observation is that Apollo Justice is about the Dark Age of the Law, but it's not about the Dark Age of the Law, right? Whereas Dual Destinies is about the Dark Age of the Law, but it isn't the Dark Age of the Law. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it's like,
I agree with you.
Goofy.
I agree with that.
It's a goofy, silly game. Like, the only character that fits the Dark Age of the Law theme is fucking means, and like no one cares about means. Just angry,
exactly. I agree.
Greek statue guy. It's like that's it.
Yeah.
And I guess the Payne brothers, wasn't named Gaspin Payne, but it's like, if the big headliner of the scary dark theme of your game is Gaspin Payne, something's wrong. It's like, come on. That's the best thing to come up with.
I agree.
Come on.
Yeah, I fully agree with that. Yeah.
Next up, the Monstrous Turnabout. Now, I know I have Case 2 syndrome, where I don't like some of the Case 2s, but this is like one of the better ones, in my opinion. It's the weakest of the game, but it's one of the better ones.
What do you mean?
It's so funny. It's great.
It's funny, like, okay, like, To
me, it's the same reaction to this. When I first watched a Let's Play of it, I was like, this is boring as fuck. And then, like, I actually played it with my friends, and I was like, this is actually one of the better ones. Oh my god. So funny.
Really? Because I played this, like, I think it's the worst of the game. I don't think it's anywhere near the worst of the series, but I do think
it's the worst of the game. You're right. You're absolutely right.
It's the worst of the game. Yeah. And also, I don't know. I think the killer's stupid.
I don't know, because it's revealed
like,
right away.
They're,
so it's like, that's the
I know
point.
they're not really even like. It is revealed right away, but like he's not even an interesting killer, you know? Like Red White, they reveal right away, but he's at least pretty interesting. This guy's just like he owns beauty products, I guess. He's goofy.
Okay,
I will say I like.
You did not just call
Filch?
Red White interesting. You did not just call Red White interesting. What are you talking about?
He's more interesting than Florent LaBelle.
Florent LaBelle is like the dumbest plan ever, and it's so funny. I'm gonna send you an image, Genesis. I want you to look at this. I want you to look at this. Right now, I want you to look at this.
Okay.
I'm gonna share it with the stream so that they know what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, I can't even. Oh wait, well, let me pull it up on my phone because there we go. Okay. Oh my god. It's weird father-daughter chat. Don't kill the dude. You know, this reminds me, I don't know if you've ever played this game, but this reminds me of if Ace Attorney was done in the Sunky.mpeg style.
I don't know that. What is that? I don't know what that is.
It's basically, do you know Sonic.exe, like that stupid creepypasta?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like Sunky.mpeg is just a complete joke on it, just sort of ripping on it, and it has like a very similar art style of just like being really stupid and memey about the whole situation. This is what it feels like, and I love that.
See, yeah, no, it's great.
Totally worth it.
I told you, the plot of Monsters Turbo is so stupid, it doesn't make sense, but it's so funny.
I don't even like it in an ironic sense. I don't know, man. I like Filch. Or Flint. I forgot his name.
I think this is the one case that benefits
guy.
from showing the killer from the start, because, you know, you show the killer from the start, you know it's LaBelle. And in the first day, it's just like, what the? How did he do it? It's like, it doesn't make sense. Like, all this stuff just doesn't make sense. And it's so funny. He comes up with the dumbest game ever. Like,
I mean, I guess in a sense, Florent LaBelle is funny in how stupid he is.
Mandy says, isn't that the one fucking Sonic thing?
Yeah, and it is Mandy, yeah.
Fen says, Fi's eyes are scaring me, and it still looks better than the entirety of ZTD.
Dang. What year are we living in that people making parodies of creepypastas? It's actually a really funny parody, though, but it's like, yeah.
But no, back to LaBelle. You're saying, yeah, Filch is like, he just steals stuff. It's funny, I guess. The dad, Tenma, he's just a creepy bird man. Oh my god. I don't know, I love this case.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I don't even like them, because the whole, like, yokai mystery thing wasn't even done all that well.
Yeah,
I mean...
Fair enough, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just... Okay,
like,
so
that was
I
the whole
mentioned
theme of
this to
the
Vince, is that a big mystery is that you see a white hair inside the mask of the Ninetales guy, right? You see a white hair, and you don't know who it is. You think it's the guy whose name is like Rex QB, which literally means like Ninetales, and he looks like a Ninetales. And it turns out it wasn't
Yeah.
him. It was actually the dad. But also, the white hair belongs to LaBelle,
Yeah,
who
but I mean-
he changes his hair color throughout the case. And it's like it's one of the few times where the sprite actually matters, where like the changing sprite actually matters.
I guess
I think that's so cool.
that's a fair point. Yeah. Okay.
Like I'm not
I
gonna put it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna put it in like amazing. I'm gonna put it in like decent or good at least. like,
Okay. Yeah. No, I will fully agree on that. I think it's good or decent. Yeah.
I'm gonna put it. I would put it
I'm
above Big Top. I'm
good
gonna
as
put it above Recipe for Turnabout. I'll put it here. Thanks.
Oh wait, one sec. One sec.
Oh man. I don't know. Oh my gosh, the case is so funny.
Yeah.
And
It's great.
I think another reason why is because when we played this on the GGP channel, for some reason, like, the scheduling just fell apart. Like, usually we could complete cases in, like, 2 or 4 sessions, but this one took, like, 6 sessions, because of scheduling just, like, fell apart for no reason. And, like, you'd think that'd be so frustrating to get, like, this like, really boring case in 6 sessions instead of, like, 3 or 4 sessions, but it was actually super fun, because it was so stupid, and we were all laughing the whole time.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, at least it was a fun experience. I guess like playing it solo made it extra boring for me.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, just going into it being like,
but-
oh my god, we were spending 6 sessions on this fucking case. Ugh. But no, it was actually super fun.
Yeah.
And also,
yeah,
yeah, again, I know I said before that like introducing characters doesn't make it good, but like Fulbright and Blackwell are like at their best here because they're so cartoonish. It's like, yes, I am a samurai. Right, don't know. I am a samurai.
I guess this case did introduce Fulbright and Blackwell. I will say it also has one of the best moments of Athena, which is like when Athena flips that guard. I
Yeah.
think is so funny.
Yeah,
And
that's
the guard
true,
just lands on.
introduction.
It's very good.
And
yeah.
for the Apollo Justice
Yeah.
fans, I think that this is because he gets Phoenix gets his badge in the next case chronologically. So this is the only time where Phoenix doesn't have a badge and Apollo and Trucy kind of have to do a mission. It lasts like 10-20 minutes, but like at least you have your mini Apollo Justice the game moments, right? Where Phoenix doesn't have a badge and
Yeah.
Apollo and Trucy hang out for like 20 minutes. I mean, it's short, but it's there. It's
Exactly,
there. It's still there.
Exactly. It doesn't feel like a complete like turn away from Apollo Justice.
Yeah.
Just mostly a turn away from
Yeah.
Apollo Justice.
But then Trucy fucks off and is never seen again, so I mean
Yeah. Great.
how many of
Alright,
these are you guys planning on doing? We're only gonna do the last 10 and then we're done. We're just gonna finish the sequel, should we?
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
But yeah, no,
5 special. I don't have. Oh,
What?
sorry.
No, I
Go
was
on.
gonna say, yeah, no, I
was gonna
get,
say
I get your criticisms. It's kind of like, meh, but it's so stupid. I can't.
Yeah.
Like these 3 cases
I
are
get
all
what you
being
mean.
based on stupidity. This is the best like stupid case. This is the best stupid case.
I guess I will concede that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Dual Destinies, the special one.
Okay.
The DLC case. I think it's good. I think it's overrated.
Yeah, you're right. I think people say it's like the best of the game, and I'm like, you guys just hate Dual Destinies, don't you? Like, it's good, but it's not the best of the game. Come on.
Yeah. Well, actually, not only that, I've heard people say it's the best, like one of the best of the series, and I'm like, no shot, bro.
It's
Like what?
It's an improved Turnabout Big Top. I'll give it that. It's based. Have you ever heard of that parallel? That it's basically Turnabout Big Top but better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard that. And to an extent I agree, but it also feels a little bit like comparing apples to oranges.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the themes in Big Top aren't present in this case. I even forget the name. What's it even called? Or vice versa.
Turnabout Reclaim.
Turnabout Reclaim, because he reclaims his attorney's badge.
Yeah.
One great benefit. Pearl.
That's true.
I think Pearl is great in the post trilogy just in general.
Yeah.
Because it feels like still the same Goober Pearl, but just more mature.
Yeah, she grew up. Yeah, that's great. But not really. She grew up, but not really.
Yeah, exactly.
And
I love Pearl in this case.
I'm going on a little rant here, but a lot of people say like, oh, none of the characters like grew up. You know, you think they'd be more mature. And my response is, fucking Ace Attorney, guys, calm down. Right? It's not like an anime where it's like, I don't know, you want to see the super important developments of the character. It's Ace Attorney. Okay, calm down, you guys.
Exactly.
It was never the
And
deepest
again,
thing.
there
It's
are
like Maya loses her parents, and then all of a sudden she's back into talking about weenies and burgers and all that stuff. It's like, come on, guys. Like, it was never that.
yeah.
It was never that deep.
Yeah. But one of the cases of actual maturity was, I mean, it's not like, oh my god, like she's suddenly going to be a lawyer now, but she's still like
Yeah.
pretty mature compared to everything.
I don't know. Like, I understand.
She's not trying to force Maya on Phoenix.
Yeah, yeah, she's yeah, that's true. She's not like shipping them anymore. Then again, Maya doesn't even appear. So,
Yeah.
I mean, so maybe that's why. But
Yeah,
you know,
that's
still. But yeah, no, people want a lot of like, I don't mind deep stuff. I don't mind. Like, it's good to have it, and it's a nice bonus. But like, I feel like you're projecting it on the wrong franchise, man. Like, come on, Ace Attorney.
Yeah.
It was never that.
I used to love. Oh, JPEG, you need to answer this for me because now I'm curious. Fen says I used to love.
Mystic Maya.
You know what? Fair enough, Fen.
Mr. Nick, can I beat you up?
I don't know.
Fair enough, Fen. Fair enough.
The penguin and the orca are so cute. Penguin and the orca are great.
They're cute, yeah. I don't know. I just don't think this case does like so much for me to be like best case in the game, let alone best in the series. I like it more than 5-2.
I like it because it has like a great red herring. What's his face? The crab guy, Herman Crab, the scientist. He's so sus. You think he's like this asshole, like who's like poisoning the orca, but no, he's actually like a good guy. It's so funny. I love it.
Yeah.
And it subverts your expectations of Big Top, where it's like he only appears in the second day of the game, so you think he's like aggro, but no, he's actually a good guy. He's one of the good guys.
Yeah, that's fair. I will say this as well. I like the idea that technically there is no killer, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. It's like the one case where there's no killer.
I think that's a good idea. Exactly. It was just a complete like freak accident. But it's also weird to me because Marlon Ryan gets convicted still, but of perjury, which like there are so many other characters in this series that should have been convicted of perjury. Why of all people Marlon?
Was it perjury?
I think it was perjury.
I thought
because he lied during the test.
I thought he got convicted of you need therapy, dude. I think that's what happened.
Was that what it was?
I think that's what it was.
Huh.
That's what I remember. It was like, I mean, you're not going to jail, but you need therapy, man. After all that, because he wanted to kill the orca, so it's like wanting to kill something. Even though he didn't, he still wanted to kill something. So it's like you need therapy.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened.
Okay, I don't fully remember. But yeah. I agree.
Fence said I missed the jokes we made about Orla losing the case, and we just eat her.
But I'm willing to put this one in good.
Yeah, I
5-3.
I think it's good. Like we're just putting all the Goober cases kind of together, but it makes sense, you know. I would say it's the best Goober case. I know I said that about 5-2 just like a few minutes ago, but I would say it's better. I'd say it's better than 5-1.
It's better, but it's less funny. I think is the way to look at it.
Yeah, I think also Sasha Buckler is exactly your type. She's exactly your type. So there's that.
Actually, not surprisingly. But no.
You don't like it when they go "arr." You want them to go "yeehaw."
Help me. But yeah. Yeah.
Beginning to realize that that Dual Destinies has a lot of Goober cases. They seem it's like 3 in a row. There's gonna be 4
does
in a
have
row.
a lot of.
It's gonna be 4 in a row.
It's partly what I love about the game, though. Like, it has some goober cases, but also the funny thing to me is that it's the only game that's rated M.
That's true. That's very true. And a lot of people are like, why is it rated M? Then they get to the last case and they're like, oh, never mind. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love Dual Destinies because it's so
5-3.
like what of all the games we played, Dual Destinies was the one that we laughed the hardest just because it's so stupid and we love it.
Yeah.
We can't hate it.
I agree.
It's so
I think
divisive.
it's a good one.
Why? Why is it so divisive? It's just Ace Attorney's always been just like a silly franchise. Just accept it. It's never meant to be dark.
Yeah.
Even when it's dark, it's still silly. You have Herlock Sholmes. His name is Herlock Sholmes. Come on. Anyway. 5-3.
Yeah, but 5-3. I'm trying to think. I was gonna say this is my favorite third case,
Really?
I don't know about if I'd say that. Because there are some other good cases.
Genesis, what's this? What's this? What's this?
What's what?
Look at what I'm holding.
Wait, I'm waiting for the delay to catch up.
Are you looking at the share screen or the YouTube stream?
Oh wait, I'm looking at the YouTube stream. I'm stupid.
That's why it's like 14. It's like 14. That's why it's 14 seconds behind.
Oopsie. Okay. Oh wait. Oh. Oh wait. Is that D? Oh, D is
Greatest
Wait,
attorney.
what is D? D is greatest attorney. Okay.
What about this?
Here's the thing.
I don't know. You might not like this one, but like this one's also pretty good.
Which one? No. I would say like the reason why I don't say it's not, or the reason why I don't say it's like the best third case anymore is because of words, because of Great Ace Attorney 2 and Edgeworth Investigations 2, which
Okay,
spoiler alert, not all that much for Edgeworth Investigations 2, but I will say
what?
The third case has its moments.
What the heck? Oh, that's for another stream.
We'll get to that when we get to it. That's for the stream. We'll get to that when we get to it. But in terms of, I still think this is a really solid one, especially compared to the trilogy third cases.
Yeah.
I think this has its great moments. This is also the case that really has Athena in the spotlight, and I think it's really good because of that.
Yeah, you like being Athena.
Clavier, I think is really good in this case.
Oh yeah, no,
Fulbright is funny in this case. Yeah,
I like it when he pops out the window. That's funny.
Yeah, Injustice We Trust. No, I love that. And I like the whole like the court feeling of like it being a law school.
Yeah. No, that's clever world building. I love that so much.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's really cool, and I love how the academy feels. I like sort of the bond between like the three main people.
Yeah. Yeah, Dan O'Connor. You like Dan O'Connor?
Dan O'Connor. You know what? Hugo Connor is I can headcanon him as part of the Danverse, you know? Like
Oh no. Oh no.
Put Hugo Connor in the Danverse, put Birdley from Deltarune in the Danverse. I think that's all perfect.
Well, put who else in the Danverse? God, who has glasses? Who has glasses?
Who else would come?
I'm trying to think. Who's a nerd?
Should Tagami go in the Danverse?
No. Absolutely not. Hifumi would.
Hifumi, okay, maybe.
Five?
Maybe.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Fine. Move. No, she died. Oh no, she died. Crap.
No.
Crap. Oh well. Fine died. Anyway, yeah, 5-3. What else?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I like I think Means is just like a goofy villain. I think he's such a fun villain, especially when he goes like full Spartan. I think it's so funny.
Yeah.
And he like pulls up a blackboard and is like, "This is the reason why I'm not good."
The ends justify the means.
Not good.
Like he's such an obvious villain, but it's like it's still fun, you know? Like it's still fun. I love him so much. Even though I don't care, even though I think that like the fact that he represents the dark age of the law is a travesty, because it's like, come on, it's such a serious thing, and then you have this like goofy Spartan guy being like the one guy who represents it. It's like, come on, we could have done better there.
Yeah,
but fair enough.
I agree.
I love him when he pulls out the blackboard and he's like, "Roll call," and he just he asks for everyone's attendance.
Yeah. Doesn't he like take the globe off of the? He takes the globe off of the thing and starts spinning it like a basket.
That's true, and I love how the weapon is the staff he's holding. It's like, oh, it's so great. Whenever they use the sprites for like, they use the actual sprites for evidence, I guess. So great.
Yeah. Overall, I think it's just a really fun case.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm okay with good or great on this one as well.
I don't know about great. I don't know. I'll put in good though. I don't know if it's better than Reclaimed though. I don't know if it's better. I'm gonna say it is.
How
about you? What do you think?
I liked it more than Reclaim. That's what I'll say.
I think that okay. I don't know if this is generous to say, but I like how it satirizes anime tropes, but it also kind of doesn't. It kind of like it tries to make fun of them, but it also kind of plays them straight. You know, the power of friendship and all that stuff. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
I
hard to tell
see what
if
you mean on
if
that.
it's joking about it, or if it's like just playing it completely straight. You know, unironic.
Right. Yeah. There's some cases that feels perfectly like straight and serious, like the way they're playing it, and then there are other times they're just goofy with it.
Yeah.
But you know, some friendships are like that. You know.
Yeah, no. I you can interpret it as like, oh, they're making fun of it, but you can also interpret it as no, they're not making fun of it. They're just doing it. Period. They're just doing all the cliche anime school tropes.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. 5-3. I love how all the five.
Oh, yeah,
I love how all the
good. And I don't think this one will be different. I think okay. I don't even know if you know how to separate. Do you know how to separate 5-4 from 5-5? Because I know how, but I don't know if you know how.
I know where the cutoff point is.
Yeah.
But they still kind of feel like the same case, I guess, if that makes sense.
We can do this. We can rank,
I mean,
look at what I'm holding. This is like both of them together, if you want.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think so. Just because 5-5 clearly has a lot more stakes in it, so I think 5-4 should be considered differently. But 5-4, I'm willing to also put it in good because it's fine, but it's just set up for the fifth case.
Yeah.
I will say though, I like how it's like sort of cut off in the middle because of
the bomb.
Yeah, the bombing incident. I think that was fun.
Yeah.
And I will say, I liked words. I liked Apollo sort of like becoming distant and them explaining why. I think that was, I think it was more interesting. Sort of learning like, what or like seeing Apollo actually become distant in real time and then realizing why he was that way in the court bombing. So I think those parts are really good.
Yeah. I don't think there's a lot to say about this one because firstly there's no culprit because like the culprit doesn't get caught. Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I'm trying to think. Yeah, there's not a lot to say about this one, sadly. But I do think that it has one of my favorite contradictions because it feels so like much related to the trilogy. I don't even know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's where the space shuttles have been like swapped, right? The decks have been swapped or whatever. I was like, oh wow.
Oh, that is a pretty good one.
It's straight out of the trilogy. I like that. But yeah, no, I don't know.
That is a pretty good one, yeah.
Where do you want to put it?
Yeah. I think it's also worth going in good. I'm willing to also put it in great, but I think good's a good placement.
Yeah, good's a fine placement.
Yeah.
Where in good though?
I think I liked it more than the DLC, but less than 5-3.
Yeah, that sounds fair. That sounds fair.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that ending is one of the best case endings ever. Where Fulbright comes in.
Yes, I agree.
Is the one accused, and it's like, what? What the fuck? What is going on?
Yeah,
here?
like I would have never expected of all people for it to be Athena. Of course, we eventually learn why, but it's the biggest like twist or like the biggest like moment. And yeah.
Oh yeah. No, that's great.
All right, 5-5.
5-5.
So, about for tomorrow. Can I be honest? Oh wait, actually, you go.
No, you go. Why you go?
I think this deserves to go in S.
Oh yes, I agree. I agree with you there.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Why? No,
this case is so good.
I know a lot of people don't like Dual Destinies, especially because of the twist. But I love Dual Destinies.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this case is so good. I'm debating S+, but that might also be personal bias.
I'd put it S+.
But
I'd put it above
and also, you really?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, then I'm okay with that. Let's do that, honestly, because I love Turnabout for Tomorrow. It has such an epic scale to it, and it's so fun, and every little thing just comes together to make it really good. Like I love how they're like, hey, we don't have any more courtrooms available. You know what? Let's use the bombed courtroom.
Yeah, and then you have Edgeworth's reunion with Phoenix, and it's like they have that cutscene, and it's so good, even though it's so corny. I love it. Like,
yeah, no, it's cool.
Oh yeah, you go.
I was saying, like, sometimes like old characters coming back can feel like a cop out. I think Edgeworth's felt perfect. You know?
Yeah,
like it was the.
Yeah, it's great. No, I love it. I love Edgeworth's comeback.
I think it's great. I love his new look. I love the glasses look. I like how he takes it off for the courtroom itself, and he sort of like goes full prosecutor mode for it. And I also like how this case does a great job of balancing goofy with dark.
Oh yeah, no,
like
it's the darkest.
This case is
one of the darkest, right?
You see images. This case is the reason that Athena is rated one.
You see images of Child Athena with like blood on her face, and you think she like massacred her mom. It's so dark.
Yeah, it's so dark, but it's like but then it balances out because the killer reveal is so goofy, but also one of the best twists in the series, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, definitely one of the best. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm beginning to realize that Dual Destinies as a whole is a very like corny kind of game. But that this series started off with a guy named Red White. It's like, come on, this big like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure looking motherfucker. It's like pink and purple hair.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, come on, come on, haters. This has always been the series. It's always been like a corny kind of thing. And just like 2-4, it's not afraid to get dark. Lucy gets kidnapped by robots, and it's kind of it's weird. Okay, I get it. It's like robots. That's so weird, but it's like, just calm down. Okay, it's funny. It's funny.
Yeah. I think it's so good. And then like the part where like it's revealed that he's not really Fulbright and the real Fulbright is dead. I'm like, what is happening? And he just keeps pulling off masks of different characters.
Exactly. At one point he becomes Phoenix. One of the funniest things ever was when he's like, let me show you my real self. He takes off his mask and it's Starbuck or whatever. My friends were like freaking out. They're like, what? Now obviously it wasn't actually Starbuck, but that was so funny.
Right. Exactly. Like I didn't expect that, and then all of a sudden it pulls off and it's means, and you're like, "What is happening right now?"
Yeah. And then he gets.
I genuinely wanted to cry.
Well. He gets shot.
Yeah. By the snipers, and it's like, what is happening?
I don't know. It's
really good.
I don't know. Fulbright, the Phantom, is like one of the best. Not because he's complex or anything like that, because he's not. He's really not.
Yeah.
It's so goofy.
He's really not complex.
Like,
it's so goofy and it's so fun, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those like fun things where you just watch it, you just turn your brain off. You just don't think too seriously about Dual Destinies. I understand, because Apollo Justice is like very thematic. It's very like you have to use your nuance brain, but like Dual Destinies is like, I don't know, like Shrek. Just don't think about it. Just don't think about it.
Exactly. I think it's great. Yeah.
What else is there to say? I don't know. A lot of the characters, Simon and Athena, are so great there. I don't know.
Yeah. Athena's at her best in this case. It's so amazing, and she's so cool.
And then edgy Apollo coming back. He's like, I'm not going to be edgy anymore.
Yeah. I'm not going to be edgy anymore. Rips off the bandage and the coat. And that final shot where they're all like pointing at Fulbright, like all three of them, iconic.
Yeah, it's just mesmerizing. Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think a lot of people might come to the stream expecting us to like crap on Dual Destinies for not being like this nuanced game. But it's like, I don't know. Was Ace Attorney ever that? I feel like in the Great Ace Attorney era, yes. Absolutely, yes. In the Great Ace Attorney era.
Yes, absolutely. There are definitely eras of Ace Attorney that I feel are very nuanced, and some of those end up being the best. But I think this is an example of like it not having to be nuanced to be peak, in my opinion. And Turnabout for Tomorrow is the perfect example of that.
Yeah, there's different
you don't need a
different
complex villain.
Like, I don't like Apollo Justice, but I understand if some people think it's great, because like some people like The Last Jedi as well. It's very divisive, but there are elements that people like, right? The subversiveness of it all, the fact that it's not following the norm anymore, all that stuff.
Yeah, I actually think one of the beauties of this series in general is how diverse the fandom is in terms of opinions. Because I personally love the trilogy, the original trilogy, the most. But for JPEG, it's his least favorite. For Fen, I think post trilogy might be her favorite. You know,
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. And a lot of people love investigations too. I don't.
What the frick?
It's one
What
of
the
things
frick?
like that. So we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Yeah, no, I love how diverse this fandom is, and how because there are a lot of different strokes for different folks. You get a lot of diverse opinions, and I like diverse opinions. I do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Unless they like DC too, then I don't like them. I'm kidding.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah.
All right, last game. Here we are.
Right, last game. Let's do it.
There's 7 of them,
So
though,
Spirit of Justice.
7 cases, but yeah.
Spirit of Justice is my least favorite.
What?
My least favorite in the main series.
More than Apollo Justice?
Oh, actually, okay, yeah, never mind.
Okay, what more than Apollo Justice?
Never mind.
More than the first game? Because like I love the first game, but it's like it's so normal. I guess it's so normal.
Look, yeah, but like I don't know. It's like there's so many times. Don't get me wrong. Spirit of Justice has some great cases.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like there are some issues where it feels like they're kind of rehashing the original trilogy. It feels like one of those games that's like, hey, look at this thing you remember. You liked this thing before, right? So you'll like it again. That's what it feels like to me in a lot of cases. When you say that
Apollo Justice is The Last Jedi, Dual Destinies is The Rise of Skywalker, and Spirit of Justice is The Force Awakens. You've never seen Star Wars, haven't you?
I don't know. No. I've seen Force Awakens and Last Jedi. I haven't seen Rise of Skywalker, but I know the twists.
Okay, basically, it just gets everything The Last Jedi did and reverses it. It's like, nope, we're not doing that, which is kind of what Dual Destinies does. The thing is, I don't like. I don't like Rise of Skywalker, but I love Dual Destinies.
Yeah, that's what that's why I was a little hesitant on it, because because Force Awakens, I actually did like what they were doing.
Yeah.
But I'm not as much of a fan of Spirit of Justice. It's fine. There are some really good cases in this series.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. Starting with 6-1, I actually think is really good.
Hey, you wanna know something funny? 6-1 might be my least favorite intro case of the main series.
What?
Of the main series.
It's
so
long.
It's
just completely doing a 180.
It's so long. It's like 5 hours.
I think it does a fantastic job of like really getting people in this, like the whole idea, because I love the divination seance and what they did
I love
in the first case with it. Yeah. That part's good. I also like the whole defense culpability act thing, because it gives so much stakes to it. Because now it's like if Phoenix gets it wrong, he dies. Well, like, whoa.
I like that, but that's like the first 30 minutes out of like a 6-hour case. It's like it's good. It could have been everything else could have been shorter. It could have been so much shorter. I love Jesus.
That's
though.
a
Jesus
fair
is great.
point.
I love Jesus.
I will say one of the things that I don't like about Spirit of Justice as well is how on the nose the pun names are. Like, like they're not even trying. Like,
Wince Media, on our Let's Play of Spirit of Justice, the divination seance was so fun because they would like Daniel and Shaw would get it like right away, and that was so fun. They would get it like pretty much immediately.
Oh, okay, that helps.
Yeah,
that helps. That definitely helps.
I love you.
A lot of the ones in the third.
And I'm reading Wince Media's comment. It explains why the law is so corrupt. That's misleading. Survival never happened.
I
don't know. Like it's good world building. It's great world building, but like I don't know. It lasts so long. It lasts so long. It's not even that deep of a mystery, and it just lasts so freaking long.
I guess that's a fair point. But I just think like the good things it does is good, you know? It's like Rise from the Ashes, except like Rise from the Ashes gets better at the end. Rise from the Ashes, I don't think it's as good as Rise from the Ashes, nowhere near.
You were talking about Link. I was confused. I was like, what? What are you talking about? You're on with Link.
It's like Rise from the Ashes in the sense that, yeah, like Rise from the Ashes has like terrible pacing, but like it's still like the stuff that it does good is still good, you know.
Yeah.
And it's definitely worth it. I'll put it in good.
Fen
At
says
least.
if you've never seen the Spirit of Justice playthrough, you'll think Jpeg is religious. I love Jesus. Look, this case, which is Investigations 2, which we'll have thoughts on next stream. But like, this one is very long. This one is like 4 or 5 hours, but it feels like a final case. There's so much going on. There's so much character stuff and motive stuff. This one, on the other hand, is super simple. It doesn't need to last equal length.
I mean, yeah.
I'll settle for good. But like not that high on good.
Fair enough.
I'll put like
Okay,
here.
yeah. We'll go with
fair.
good.
Here seems fair.
We'll go with good. Good is fine. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Like, I don't know. Does it open the world? Great, yes, but I feel like it could have been better. It could have been something better. Now this one, on the other hand, are you there?
Now that I'm
Oh yeah.
yeah. Now that I'm looking at this, I'm realizing how many cases in Spirit of Justice are actually pretty solid, because 6-2 is actually also really good. In my opinion.
6-2. People say it's the best in the game. I don't think it's the best in the game, but it's very good.
No, I don't think it's the best in the game either. I think it is one of the best second cases for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that this one. Okay, I'm just gonna say that my favorite second cases, because I only have 3. I think it's 3-2, 6-2, and no, I think that's it. Never mind.
Oh, really? I thought you would have actually liked the second case of Investigations too.
No, I mean, out of the 5, that's the weakest by far. Out of the 5.
Oh, out of the... Okay, yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's the worst in the game, but it's not bad. It's like the worst in the game. Like,
yeah. I see what you mean.
Like, I don't hate Monsters Turn. I love Monsters Turnabout, but it's the weakest of the game.
Yeah. I agree with what you mean. 6-2, but 6-2 has a lot of really good moments, and it doesn't feature Phoenix at all, which it doesn't need to. You get the feeling that Athena is definitely taking more of a sideline in this.
Yeah, sadly.
But it's fine, because this game, she had all her big moments in there. Like, here's one pro. They did a good job with Trucy in this, because Trucy really felt like a background character in Dual Destinies.
Yeah, no, this redeemed Trucy single-handed. Well, okay, and then it got worse again, but for a short time it redeemed Trucy.
Yeah. for a short time. One con I will say though, Mr. Rias felt like a shoo-in. Or not a shoo-in, what's the word? Like he was just kind of like forced in there, because they never mentioned him in the fourth game. So it's like,
fair enough.
All of a sudden,
same with like Godot. They never mentioned Godot in the first game because like he didn't exist yet. That's okay. I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah, but that makes more sense, because Maya wouldn't have had a reason to mention Godot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you're learning about all the magician stuff, you feel like they would have mentioned Mr. Rias somewhere.
He got kicked out in I think it was he got kicked out in the first under a year, in like a very quick amount of time. I don't know. It's kind of like.
I guess that's fair.
I don't know. To me, it's. What's a good example? I swear, I have a lot of good exampals. I can't think of them right now. To me, it's okay. To me, it's like saying like Allie's like first voice actor, because she existed for a little while, but now she's gone. So it's like we're not going to talk about her.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a weird example.
That's fair. No, I get what you mean though. I get what you mean. Yeah, in the minor grand scheme of things, it's a nitpick, and honestly, I really like the showbiz thing that they were going for. I like the whole prank show. I like the characters. I think they're cool. I like the whole Bonnie and Betty thing.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
I like, they're a great set of characters, and I love the who ends up actually being the bad guy, and the whole twist behind that.
Mr. Rias, Johnny Depp. He's great.
He does look like Johnny Depp. You're right. I think he's such a fun villain, and another case of it not being nuanced, but like it doesn't really matter, because I really like what he brings to the table.
This feels
I think this
the most
is
similar to me because of, now that we're doing All-Stars and we're like fixing DC2, this feels kind of like that, where it's like, okay, the magician plot was kind of messy, let's try to fix it a little bit, let's tweak it a bit, let's make Magnifi Grammary like this big asshole, like he's getting revenge on a character who died like a long time ago in like 2 games ago. It's so great.
Yeah, exactly.
There's rarely
I think
this
it's
level
very
of like
fun.
callbacks. There's rarely this many callbacks in Ace Attorney, so this is like the callback case. I love that.
Yeah, and it's a good callback case. And I like how they make use of the magician stuff in this case.
Yeah.
Because I actually think it was more utilized, like the whole magician stuff was more utilized in this case than it was in the entirety of Apollo Justice.
Oh yeah.
And I like the cross-examination where you're like cross-examining Trucy as she's doing the magic show.
Yeah, no, and she has like the sword and stuff. She's like swinging it.
Yeah. And the funny thing is when you press her like during the magic trick, the judge will actually be like, "Hey, like if you keep pressing her, we'll penalize you because we want to see this magic trick."
Wait, really? I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's funny.
No.
That's amazing.
It's hilarious. I think it's great. But yeah, of course the contradiction can be got without pressing, but still.
2 more thoughts, because we kind of abandoned this. But firstly, we haven't even mentioned Emma Sky. She appeared in Apollo Justice. She comes back here and she's a lot more positive, and that's fun.
Yeah, she's a lot more positive. I will say I did like Grumpy Emma as well, but I think this is a nice pace. Yeah, I think this is a nice change of pace. Fen has actually made me like Emma more just because of her voice for Emma. So I can imagine. I don't know. It was another reason why I liked Apollo, just like Grumpy Emma, and but yeah, overall, yeah. I personally really like Emma. Emma might. Ooh, actually, never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Emma might be my favorite detective.
Gumshoe's
yeah, Gumshoe's there.
What
Not only that. Yeah, I was gonna say Sherlock Holmes as well. Those are the 2 reasons why I was like, never mind. Emma ain't the best detective.
That's me.
And there are people like there.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I still think she's a great detective. But and I think she's better than Fulbright at least. But there's just so many good detectives. You got Gumshoe, you got Sherlock Holmes, you got Snow. All of that coming together.
Who the fuck is Snow?
And yeah.
Did you confuse a fan game for canon? Is that what happened?
We got Kyoko.
Yeah, we got Shuichi. We got Date.
Yeah, but yeah, no.
I love how Emma.
We got but
Vince Media.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that like Ace Attorney, the first games Emma was great, and then she kind of like petered off. But then 4, she's funny. She's so grumpy, but it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, 6,
yeah.
2. Oh, and one more thing. The pacing in this one is great. I love the pacing because it's like it's 1 investigation day and 1 trial day. It's like there's no messing around. We're just gonna do all of it in one fell swoop. It's great.
Oh my god, fan going Snow. But yeah,
What the fuck is Snow? It's like a fan case, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, it is. He's the detective of contempt of court. But yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Overall, 6-2 is great. I would put it in great as well.
Yeah, I'd put it in great as well. I put it above this one because I don't like that one. But yeah.
I'll concede on it. Yeah.
6-3. Now this one is like a weird case of the game because it's so long, but I feel like it's one of the less memorable ones of the whole game. I feel like it's like not super memorable.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every other case has like a gimmick. Every other case is like a gimmick. This one doesn't have like a massive gimmick that you remember, right? You remember, oh, that's the magician one. Oh, that's the Jesus one. Oh, that's the Clussy one. This one's like, oh, that's the one. That's one of the ones.
So, we might disagree on this because I think this is the best case in the game.
What? I mean, okay, I can see the vision, but like that's so weird.
It's because of it has a lot of good suspense to it. Yeah. It also has a lot of good emotion behind it. And I think
I don't even know its name.
while
What's it called? Turnabout. It begins with an R. I think it begins with an R.
can I be honest? I don't remember it either.
No, I remember the it's like the Fate of Turnabout or something. The Fate of Turnabout, I think is what it's called.
Ace Attorney. I'm looking this up. Because it'd be embarrassing if I. Oh, the Right of Turnabout.
Oh, the Right of Turnabout. Okay, not Fate. I was close. I was close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were close. You said it started with an R. Yeah. I think it's the best case in the game because there are some good moments in the final case, but I think it really. I think. Well, okay, the final case we'll get to it, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think 6-3 has like a lot of the least bad going for it. And I think it's still overall just a super interesting case overall because for one thing, it does a thing where it's like technically the guilty verdict isn't overturned until later,
Yeah.
but Phoenix is essentially a dead man walking, and I think that's so cool. It also is the case that really made me like Rafa. I think Rafa's a really fun character.
Yeah, no fun fact. I never liked Rafa. I never liked her.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
I think she rides the line between like goofy and like really serious.
She's worse Sebastian the Best. She's Sebastian the Best, but not like way
Well, but
worse.
Sebastian the Best is just like full on. Sebastian the Best is just full on goofy. Like I think Rafa is a little different because she's a different kind of sidekick to Phoenix. She's not really a sidekick, but she's a different kind of sidekick to Phoenix in the sense that like she's not really like on Phoenix's side, and also she's a lot more serious. And compared to all like the goober side characters that you get, I think it's kind of a refreshing change of pace. I also like the setting of it because like I like the I forgot the name of the bird, but like the bird statue, and sort of like how it looks. I like I like the twist of it being like actually the murder weapon, and stuff like that. I love the thing that happens when like I love the part of Maya channeling the victim because that's the only case where that happened, and you'd expect it to happen. Well, okay, I mean it happens in 1 too.
Hey guys, guess what? Guess what? I got a refund. So I know. I'm sorry, Justice, but I ordered food earlier and it didn't come, and I was so mad because I spent so much money, but I got a refund, so I'm good. I just checked my email. I got a refund. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, I like the like.
The bird.
I like Maya
consciously. Warbad. That's what it's called.
Yeah, the Warbad. Yeah, that's what it was called. But I like Maya channeling the victim, and then like you thinking that
and her taking her clothes
and then
off.
us thinking that like yeah. Well, okay, well not that part. But I like the idea that the villain was, or not the villain, I'm losing my mind. The victim was actually lying, and or like just completely like throwing people off the game for his own murder. I think that's fun. There are just a lot of good things to it. It just doesn't have something that really makes it like memorable, like sort of like a buzzword-esque thing to it.
That's true.
But I still think it has a lot of great moments.
I think it does a lot of great things. You know, I mean, as you said, the victim is an asshole. Firstly,
yeah.
The mystery is that it's a suicide and he did it to save his wife, right?
Yeah.
As you said, Phoenix like does get guilty in the first day, and he has to like use the second day to overturn it. Because like luckily there's 2 victims, so it's like, oh wait, but what about the second victim? I can still do that. You know, have Maya. Well, okay.
Yeah.
I don't like how you get Maya gets in trouble again. It's kind of like.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
no, that's another case of why I don't like Spirit of Justice. Which, to be fair, that isn't a problem. That's a problem in a lot of other games, but like this one was the one that felt the most like, hey, remember this thing that was really funny? Here we're doing it again, haha.
Yeah.
You know,
that's true. To be fair, the trilogy also overdoes the trope. I'm looking at you too. I'm looking at you, but
yeah.
But yeah,
but
right.
At least that's the case in which like.
Oh yeah.
That's the case. You know, at least in that one, it only happened once before, so like whatever. This, I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty sure Spirit of Justice came out for also after also Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, which spoiler alert also has Maya as the defendant in a case.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh great, this is the fourth time.
Fifth time even technically.
Yeah.
Technically
Fifth time? Wait, when was the
3-5 technically it happens again.
Oh, kinda. But yeah,
I don't know, 6-3, I'm trying to think about it. Yeah, they're good moments. I like investigating the rebel base. I don't even remember his name. Like, That's a Rebel, I think his name is.
Oh, that's Arbol, yeah.
That's Arbol. That's great.
I think he's really cool. There's a lot of solid moments in this case, which makes it my favorite.
I don't think the entire first day
because while the
entire first day is a waste of time. That's what I'll say.
I mean, it's set up.
That's Arbol.
That's all I can say. It's set up. That's the only good part. Oh my god, I love. He's so goofy and funny in that case, though.
Ooh, that's.
Yeah, because he's like got the beard and everything, and everyone's like, "What the hell?"
That's great.
Everyone's like, "What is he doing here?"
All right, you convinced me.
Yeah,
where do we put it?
Oh, I think this should go in. Should I put it in amazing? I want to put it in amazing because it also has good emotional moments too, with the wife like putting his son back.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Not her husband back. Yeah, I'll put it in amazing. I think this has some great parts. We forgot to mention this though.
What?
I don't like the prosecutor of this game.
Yeah, no, we haven't even brought him up. He's so irrelevant to this game, honestly.
He's not much of anything.
He's the worst prosecutor in the franchise.
He's the worst prosecutor in the. Yeah. Agreed.
Where do we put this?
I don't like him. I'll put it above 4-1.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'll give you the 3-2 victory.
I'll give you the 6-3 victory.
But...
it's a fair trade.
Yeah. Yeah, fair trade. Yeah. 4.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's fine.
I'm thinking about it now. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
6-4, Clussy. Everyone's favorite Clussy. Everyone loves
this one
Clussy
actually has the Clussy meme.
Oh yeah, Clussy. Everyone's been waiting for this.
6-4 is like on the whole, like I actually do like Clussy as a culprit.
Yeah, of course you do.
But okay, not for that reason, but and I've warmed up to this case over time because originally it just
I love it.
Icebreaker. Really? Okay.
I think it's a palate cleanser, if anything. Like 6-3 and 6-5 are so dark. It's nice to have a palate cleanser, especially with Athena.
Oh, that's true.
With Athena as well.
That's true. That's true. Like, yeah, having Athena there is cool. I just feel like I don't know. Like, it feels like such an obvious like different. Okay. You know what would have made it better for me if it wasn't just the trial.
Yeah.
Because having it just the trial made it feel like it was just kind of like shoved in there for no reason. I think it should have been a longer case. I think it would have been better as a longer case. But I mean, at the very least, I guess it prevented it from getting any worse. Because one of the big reasons why I actually like this case so much is because it got me into Rakugo or Rakugo. I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Okay, that's random, but sure. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah. I think it's I like her as a culprit for that. But yeah, I think it got me into that whole like storytelling thing. It got me to watch some of the things and really get into the feel of it. And I like the characters that are in it. Like I like Bucky Wet, I think is his name, or Bucky Wheat, something like that.
Wet. Yeah, you're right.
I like Yendo and sort of like his fourth personality being a red herring.
Yeah. The child.
The child, poor Owen. We love Owen in this household. But I cannot stand Gairu's motive, and it really shows that a character is sympathetic if and only if they cry. That's a fair point. I get what you mean by that, Wentz. Gairu Clussy is one of those culprits that I feel like is only really good if you turn your brain off.
What do you mean right feels better? It's not right. It's Athena.
Oh yeah, sorry, my bad.
I think that there's some stuff lost in translation from the Japanese. For one, stuff like the titles, passing down the legacy titles is more of a thing in Eastern culture. Like, oh, now you're the Grandmaster.
Right.
Like I'm retiring. I'm not the Grandmaster anymore.
Right.
You're the Grandmaster. For one,
and
for two, let's be honest here. When girls cry, that makes us sad. When boys cry, it's like whatever. When girls cry, it's like aw. Let's be honest.
God damn.
Let's be honest, guys.
I mean, I don't find any sympathy towards Clussy, but I mean, she's fine. She's funny. I think that's why she's funny to me.
Look, when like I don't know, when like the female culprits get caught in Danganronpa, you're like aw. But when the males are like loser, that's what you get.
I cried during Acro. Like Acro made me cry.
Not all of them, but like you're more likely to cry over a girl crying. You know what I mean?
I guess that's a fair point.
No, the one exception is Celeste.
But yeah,
that's the one exception.
Oh, damn,
but,
that's crazy. But yeah, I think I've definitely warmed up to this case over time. I think this deserves a grade.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I love the Clussy case. I love Wendo. I love the red herring. I love Blackwell versus Nayuta for like the short. That's the one time Nayuta will be good when he's up against Blackwell. It's pretty epic.
Oh yeah, that was. I love Blackwell being on the defense bench. That's a lot of fun.
I love the alcohol twist. There's a thing where like the blood gets over the cards, and you have to like rearrange the cards to find the correct blood pattern. And I think that's so like
yeah,
that's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of fun as well. Yeah, no.
And there was a note that was like, I forgot what it was, but it was like rise up or something like that. I forgot what the note said, but it was like a double meaning. It could mean like rise up as in like personally, but also rise up as in like the yeast. Like, the yeast is rising up.
Yeah.
I forgot what it was, but like I love those kinds of like double meanings, which is hard to do because Japanese and English are different languages. But it's like, I love it when they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put it in great. I'll put it above that. I'll put it here.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah.
All right, last three.
Okay. All right. Turnabout Revolution.
The first, Phoenix versus Apollo. It's the Phoenix versus Apollo case. Politician. They go into the cave to get the orb or whatever. Army buff is there. The little girl in the wheelchair. Yep.
Here's my thing about this. This case could have been, or this part of the case, I should say. This part of the case could have been amazing, but they ruined it based on one thing and one thing alone.
What?
And that is the reasoning behind them opposing each other. Because the idea of Apollo going against Phoenix is so good.
Yeah, I love
It's such a creative and amazing idea. But they dropped the ball because of Phoenix's reasoning.
Yeah.
For sort of being in the competition, which I think it would have been more interesting if Phoenix was like actually like against Apollo ideal wise,
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like mentor versus
we do have
mentee or whatever. Mentor versus mentee.
Yeah. Exactly. Like that's
Dick Cave. Dick Cave. I don't know if you know what that is, Genesis, but in the cave it looks like a green penis. We kept on joking that it's the Dick Cave.
Oh, does it really? I need to go back and see it.
Yeah, it looks like the Hulk's penis.
And the other elements of this case are good because I like the girl character, like the little kid,
Army buff.
I forget, was it Army Buff? No,
yeah.
It was Army Buff. I liked her. I think she was a cool, interesting character. And I really liked the victim. I liked Paul. I think Paul was actually a fun villain.
I gave
him
the JFK voice in our Let's Play,
which is actually really good. That's really solid.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. Sorry.
But they ruin it by having like Phoenix, like instead of like it actually being a battle of like the ideals, it ends up being more of just like, oh, look at this. You remember this? This was in like the original trilogy. You liked this, right? Which was Maya being kidnapped again.
Oh yeah.
Which really irks me personally because 2-4 is such a case that really holds a special place in my heart. and that one really used Maya getting kidnapped in such a unique and beautiful way. And then you get to this one that just feels like a stupid rehash that's just trying to make you have the feeling of 2-4 but failing miserably. And like the moment that Maya ends up being safe, or like the moment the moment Phoenix realizes Maya is safe is the moment that like Phoenix is just like, all right, well, screw it.
We're just giving up now. No, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I think that like they really could have used 2-4 as a basis to be like, look, I've done this before. I know what to do. All right, Phoenix is like, Maya got kidnapped before. Okay, I know what not to do this time.
Yeah,
Not gonna freak out.
exactly.
But like, no, they don't do anything with it.
You know what? Yeah, and it just ends up being such a wasted potential of such an amazing idea. And that's the reason why I say 6-3 is my favorite, is because Revolution has a lot of fantastic moments, but they drop the ball a lot. And that will carry over into the second part of the trial. But for
Yeah.
now, I think this should only be in my personal opinion, I feel like this should only be good, but I'm also okay with great.
No, I think it goes in good. I think it belongs with the other
Okay.
goober cases. The other goober cases. When it really shouldn't be. This is
I
like
have another quote.
clash of the ideals of like the two protagonists, right? Phoenix and Apollo.
Yeah.
And yet you have the goober case with like politician and army buff. It's like, come on. You have like a helicopter just shooting everyone. It's like, this should be a lot more serious. This is when things should get serious.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been so much better. I'm so mad.
I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it above the DLC, but under 5-4. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because like 5-4
No,
is like
fair.
it is serious. Like things are serious here. Here it's like it's too goofy to be serious.
Mm-hmm.
That's my logic for putting it there.
Yeah.
All right, the Karain part. I think that there's some great stuff here. I think that some stuff here is great. It is extremely long. This is the longest trial by far, I think. The longest like soul trial section. Well, in the whole Turnabout Revolution is the longest in general, I think. But then again, it's also 2 cases pretending to be 1 case, so that's kind of cheating.
And I actually think this part 6-5B has some really good twists in it. Like some genuinely good twists. Like the main one being Dirk's dead.
Yeah.
That caught me so off guard.
Oh yeah, no, that is legendary. That is one of the best.
Yeah. That is a fantastic twist. But again, it's definitely bogged down by a lot of like this could have felt like such an epic case, but it doesn't. And it feels like they're trying their hardest to make something that's really like epic and like really cool. But it just doesn't really quite get to that point, because Dual Destinies felt so epic because like you were in the ruins of a courtroom bombing. This one, it feels like it should be, but it's not. And I think the big reason why is because
I forgot her name. What's her name?
a lot.
I forgot her name. Garan. That's her name. Okay.
Yeah, Garon is just not that interesting of a villain. I think is one of the big ones.
She's like a Power Rangers villain. I'm like, what the heck? What happened?
Yeah. I like Queen Amara. I think she was cool.
Yeah, she's good. That makes sense.
But moving on. I mean, kinda, but
I like the scene where Apollo looks at both of their breasts.
He does?
Yeah, he looks at like their chests because there's like a birthmark. Remember?
Oh right. And, another thing about this. Here's the thing, right? This ended up being retroactively called the Apollo Justice Trilogy, and the reason why is because it kind of mostly centers around Apollo. I mean, Dual Destiny's not all that much, but like it's Apollo's story, you know? It ends with Apollo sort of leaving the clutches of Phoenix. Clutches? That's a weird way of putting it. But you know, sort of like establishing things on his own, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really feel that way, if that makes sense. Like, because it's another case of like, Apollo just has so many backstories at this point that it's like, wow, okay, now we found Apollo's true dad.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been better if they more honed in onto like, like this is Apollo's like, last time battling with Phoenix or something like that. I don't know.
No. I agree with you there. I think that Apollo really deserved his own trilogy that was made by Shu Takumi, who's the guy who made the original trilogy, and Great Attorney, and Apollo Justice, actually. I think that's what was kind
of... He made a lot
of
the best...
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. I was saying he made a lot of the best cases in the series, or the best games in the series.
Yeah. I agree with you there. What's the name of the other guy? Yamazaki, I think his name is. He made Dual Destiny, Spirit of Justice, and the 2 Investigations game, and you can tell there's a big tonal shift because they're more goofy, for one. They're less like
I agree,
narratively focused, but regardless, I think that Apollo deserved his own trilogy by Takumi instead of Takumi starts off with the first game with game 4, and then games 5 and 6 go to some other guy, which is kind of what messed up.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
I think like,
and it didn't feel
5
like
and 6, and then like 7 that doesn't exist, should have gone to Athena. That would have been pretty cool if like Athena has her own trilogy that starts with Dual Destinies.
Yeah.
Then again, I don't know what. I don't know what Spirit of Justice would have been called. Like Spirit of Sykes. I don't know. it would have had to be changed.
Yeah.
Still.
Exactly.
I really peeved it's called Apollo Trilogy.
Yeah.
I don't mind because it's like a marketing thing. Like I understand it's a marketing thing. Like you could have called it like Ace Attorney 4, 5, 6, but it's not nearly as marketable as Apollo Justice Trilogy. That just gets more butts in seats. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. It's really not an. Dual Destinies didn't feel like an Apollo Justice game. I could hear an argument for it being an Athena game, but
I'd argue that like Dual Destinies is more of an Apollo game than Spirit of Justice, which ironically is the one with his name in it.
No, I do agree with that as well. I agree with that as well. But yeah, I feel like both final cases are a missed opportunity, which is why I don't like them as much as 6-3, which didn't feel like it felt like it hit every note that it needed to.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm willing to put 6-5B in great to amazing though, just because I love a lot of the twists in it.
Yeah. I think that the start we didn't even talk about this, but the start where Rafa's dad. He gets killed. It's like, what? I thought that was gonna be the bad guy. What the heck? No, he's dead.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then Amara also gets shot towards the end of the case. It's just like, oh, we're gonna do it. And it's like, what? No. She got shot. And just the ending where it's like, you're not the queen anymore. You never were the queen. It was never your birthright. Is one of the. Well, firstly, it's super over the top, but at the same time, it's like, yes, we're taking away her queenly rule. She was never the queen.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. I like that.
And it's a smart twist too. Like it's very smart.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So sad.
6-5B is
I don't know. Where do we put this one? I'm gonna say
I put it in great, in my opinion.
Great. Okay.
Or at least low end amazing. I don't think.
Yeah, I think here is fair.
Yeah.
It does wrap up Apollo's story, but also Apollo only got 2 of the 6 cases. Okay, technically 3 out of the 7 cases in his own game. It's like, what?
Yeah.
His last game, he gets only 3 out of the 7 cases.
It's just so. Yeah.
I don't know.
Spirit of Justice, it really could have been more. Yeah. Exactly. Which. I will definitely say this: if they ever choose to continue the main series, I really hope they have an Athena Sykes trilogy that really centers around Athena.
Yeah.
I
think honestly, the Athena Sykes trilogy can honestly be 5, 6, 7. I think 5 is a good start. 6 is like she's not the focus, but then again, I don't think Justice for All was super Phoenix focused, other than the last case, right? It's have a really good 7th game. Retroactively, you can call 5, 6, 7 the Athena trilogy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then again, I would rather have 3 new games, so never mind. Yeah, I'd rather have 3 new games.
Yeah.
3 games instead of 1 game sounds better.
Exactly.
Take it back.
Hmm. Just have Athena Sykes take like the main helm, and then just have like Apollo be more, or not Apollo, have Phoenix be more of a mentor thing, and just like, tap into new characters and new adventures. I think would make Apollo Justice, or not
Yeah.
Apollo Justice, Athena Sykes Ace Attorney really good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I personally
Okay, the
don't
final
think we
one we
need to
got to do.
see.
Oh, sorry.
But just before we end this, I personally don't think we need to see Apollo ever again. In my opinion, I think we're done with him. Other than like maybe like a mini case, kind of like Turnabout Storyteller, where you just like check in on him and Karain. I don't think we ever need to see him again.
No, that's
not
fair.
Bad. I think his story ended. I think it's like, okay, you know what? It's not the best ending, but I'll accept it as an ending. I don't think we should reboot it and just retroactively bring him back. I'm like, yeah, this is fine. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Phoenix, I don't like. People say, "Oh, they should not include Phoenix ever again." I'm like, no, we gotta have him. He's our main character. Just have him in the background. Don't have him prominent, but you can still have him. You can still have him in the background.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I fully agree with that.
But yeah.
6S.
6S.
Oh,
Turnabout Time
S
Traveler.
is actually. Oh wait, this case is really good.
Is it?
I liked it. I like because there was.
It's just nostalgia. Okay.
I like the idea.
Yeah, you go.
No, it's not because of the nostalgia. It's not because of the nostalgia. I will say that was another case of me. This is yet another Spirit of Justice going, hey, you liked this before? Guess what? They're back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
I didn't like that part of it. Yeah. But what I did like was a lot of the new. Oh, okay. For one thing, I love Larry coming back. I'll admit.
What the frick? You didn't like him in 3-2, but you liked him here.
I actually did like him.
This is Larry's worst case. He's so annoying in this one. What are you talking about?
Really?
So
I think it's so funny because it has that air of like, because Pearl felt like she matured a lot, so you kind of like sort of expect Larry to sort of do the same, and then it sort of starts out like him sort of trying to be different, and then it just spirals.
Fucking Larry.
It's the funniest thing. Because Larry's like, yeah, I actually got like a girlfriend and I'm gonna marry her, and you're like, wow, he's really changed. He's really different now, and then you realize it's not his fucking wife.
Fucking Larry.
And it's so funny. But on top of that, I like a lot of the new things they brought. Like, I like the whole idea of them actually hosting 2 weddings.
Yeah.
As instead of like, you think it's sort of like a time traveler thing, and for a moment you can sort of like get behind it because when you look at a lot of like the religious stuff that happened in Spirit of Justice, and on top of that, some of the stuff that happens in Professor Layton versus Phoenix, right? You can sort of maybe believe that all of a sudden something is a time traveling thing, but then you realize, oh, like no, it's not. They just hosted 2 weddings. I thought that was a.
This is like the second case after 2-2, where it's like you can tell what the twist is like pretty much immediately. You can tell that they obviously didn't go back in time.
Well, okay, maybe I'm just slow. Well, I wouldn't think they would host 2 weddings because that just seems like inconvenient.
That sounds
but
way
also
more
maybe
possible
that's
than going back in time.
I know, but like,
I don't know.
like
I feel like you
guess.
said, like Spirit of Justice has a lot of moments where it's like, oh, we got what you wanted again. But like, in my opinion, Turnabout Time Traveler does it the worst. Where you have Larry back, you have Edgeworth back, you have Emma back. It's like, you have Maya and Phoenix investigating again. Even the format where it's like a 2-day, even the format where it's like a 2-day thing where it's like investigation trial. That's also like from the trilogy because they don't really do that anymore. Now it's just like 1 day.
Yeah.
Even the format's back.
But I mean, the final case of Spirit of Justice also did that, but I don't know. Now that I mention it, yeah, I think 6-3 is definitely a lot better. I'd even say
I think the twist is fine. Like, I don't like the setup in 6-3. I like the setup because it establishes the stakes, but it just feels pointless. All you need to do is have Phoenix be guilty in the first day for this one, right? For this one to work, right?
Yeah.
You don't need like 4 testimonies worth of that's a rebel, Arbal talking about like jumping off a balcony. It's like that's not relevant to the case. It's all irrelevant stuff.
Mhm.
Here, it is relevant. The setup is relevant, but it's like, I don't know, the plot twist is so easy to guess. It's like obviously they
Yeah.
and then the murder itself is just the guy. He hit the guy in the head with a what even was it? What was it like a clock? Yeah, he hit him with a clock. And I like the callback that it's a clock. It's a reference to the very first case. I love that. But,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. One thing I do need to mention though. Another reason why I find this case really good.
Yeah.
I like the whole memory loss thing that they had going on with Soren.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. With Dan. Yeah.
I think that was really smart. Yeah. Yeah. I think that was a very smart way to do it. I think it was really sweet and cute that like they really show like Ellen really loves him, like even with all of this stuff. It's an interesting idea of like seeing Soren fall in love with Ellen over and over, like re-fall in love with Ellen over and over. And I don't know, it's really cute, and that's the part that really like made me like the whole time, because in a sense they honed in on this in the case itself, but they talk about how Soren is kind of a time traveler in a sense.
Yeah.
Because he keeps going back in time, or like he keeps traveling to the future whenever he goes back.
Yeah. Because of his memories and stuff.
I like that part. I think that part's really good. But yeah, maybe it might not have been as good as I remembered it.
Yeah, like the thematic stuff is great with Ellen and Soren, and like the stuff with Pierce is like I don't know. Also, by the way, I gave him the voice of all 4 of the penguins of Madagascar. I thought that was funny. Like originally he was just Kowalski, but then when he got revealed, I was like, no, he's actually all 4 of the penguins combined.
Yeah.
In the Great Ace Attorney, the bad guy, Drebber, I think his name is. I made him sound like Skipper. So I was like, Pierce kind of looks like Drebber, so I'll make him Kowalski.
Yeah. No, that's solid. Okay.
Like the thematic stuff is great, but the mystery, like the trial stuff, is like it's not that interesting. Like everything around it is great, but it's like the actual contradictions you have to find is like. Also, this is Emma's worst case. Like Emma is so dumb. I feel like they wanted to have Gumshoe, but they didn't want to make the model for Gumshoe, so they're like, fuck it, let's just use Emma. Because like Emma makes so many dumb mistakes in this case. It's like, you're not Emma, you're Gumshoe in disguise. Come on, get out of here. Let's get her back. I don't know if you even know what I'm talking about. She makes so many dumb mistakes.
I don't fully remember what mistakes she made, but I can fully believe it because they really wanted a return to form in that, but it didn't really feel so much like a return to form.
Yeah, you need Gumshoe for that, goddammit.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, I wish they went like all out. I wish they went all out where it's like in between the cases. Edgeworth like gets shot or something. No, Edgeworth has to be the defense attorney, and then Francisca shows up, and then the ghost of Mia comes up, and then Oldbeck shows up. Should have went all out.
That would have been more interesting.
They should have been like shameless
that would have been
nostalgia.
more interesting.
Should have been shameless nostalgia.
Actually, you know what? They should have done that for They should have done that for the Phoenix Wright Asinine Attorney DLCs. I don't know if you know about those.
Yeah, no, I know about those. Yeah. That would have required making more
should have
models,
done
though. That's the problem. And it's like, it's too much.
That's fair. But like, okay, here's the thing though. The Phoenix Wright Asinine Attorney case, that thing is $3 and it's like half an hour to get through.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
The biggest waste of money.
It's not
so
worth
like
it.
At the very least, I feel like more models would have spiced it up.
Yeah, the only thing that's good for is you get to actually see 3D Clavier in court. Like that's the only good thing about it. 3D Clavier.
I agree.
But anyway, this last one, I don't know. I'm putting it in good tier. Like it's a goober case. It's another goober case.
Yeah, I think good. It's good. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm putting it under the first DLC. The first DLC is
I agree. Yeah.
I'll put it here. It's one of those times where the thematic stuff is great, but the mystery itself is like leaves a lot.
I agree.
It is a game 1 kind of mystery, and it's like we're in game 6. You can't have game 1 mysteries anymore.
Yeah.
And I like game 1 mysteries, but like now it's weird because it's like we're in the 3D era, so it's like it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, by the way, just so you guys know, this is the end of this first part. We will do the investigation series and Great Ace Attorney in another part. We will not be doing Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright because Jpeg has not played them.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just rapid fire these. VS1 goes in D. VS2 goes in A. VS3 goes in C, and VS4 goes in S. Okay, there,
What?
done.
S? Oh my god, what?
Yeah, I actually really like versus 4.
I can't even debate you on this. I've heard so many negative things about this one.
Really? I mean, it has
happens.
classic. It has the classic Layton BS, like the classic Layton BS twist, but I actually think it's really fun in this. We need to educate Genesis on the whole GGP lore.
Okay.
Yes,
We're gonna rapid fire the lore. Okay, we're gonna rapid fire the lore. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Gumshoe is like he swapped bodies several times. He used to be different characters, but he always swaps bodies. Like sometimes he swaps with Emma. So Emma sounds like Gumshoe. We don't talk about it. The judge has ADHD and dementia. He never pays attention. He always says what he's reading. Edgeworth is Byakuya Togami, because like Gumshoe swapped Edgeworth and Byakuya, and for the longest time, Gumshoe tried to rescue him. But when we played Somnium Files, Edgeworth ended up dying for real. So now Edgeworth's dead. Rest in peace.
Oh my god.
Larry's fucking Larry.
No.
Speed run.
Okay,
Old Bag talks really fast.
Fair enough.
Is Dracula. He goes,
That's perfect.
Phoenix, you are banging my daughter.
Oh no.
This guy masturbates out his window. Maggie loves weenies. Maggie loves weenies. She loves weenies. No, sorry. Her catchphrase is "I hate weenies." Gumshoe's always trying to flirt with her, but she's like, "No, I'm not a man. I hate weenies." This guy's just Mad Pat. This guy's Mad Pat, and now he's dead. This is Mad Pat, but he died. Godot calls everyone his little kittens. Godot calls everyone his little kittens. This guy shows up. Luke at me shows up. He doesn't really do anything special. He just says "Sorry" a lot. Help me out with
Sorry.
This guy is like Alita. Apollo hates it whenever Clavier helps him. He always yells, "Stop helping!" Because Clavier always tries to steal his spotlight.
Fair.
This is Timmy Turner. This guy is the greatest character. This is God. This guy's basically God.
Oh wait, which one? Oh my god, Spartan
We'll save the investigations and Great Attorney lore for next stream. We're only gonna do the ones the games we reviewed. This guy's a legend. I think that's it, sadly. This is Lumpy Space Princess.
Yeah.
This is SpongeBob. This is SpongeBob in disguise. This is also.
Oh my god, I love all of them.
This is also the Joker. So Luke, Atme, and him have like a fight over who's the best Joker.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, because there are many interpretations of Joker.
This is
that works out.
This is Squidward Tentacles. This is Squidward Tentacles. This is Mr. Krabs.
I love that. Are all the Space Station characters like SpongeBob characters? Is that what we're going for?
Yeah, that's what we're going. This is Rick from Rick and Morty.
Oh, that's perfect. That's way too perfect.
Oh, it's Spirit of Justice. I forgot Spirit of Justice. Let's see. This guy's Bugs Bunny. See, he's like, "What's up, Doc?" What's up, Doc?
That's good.
This is Mr. Bean. This is Jesus. We already went through that. This is Jesus. This is Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
I forgot what this guy was, but he was funny. But I forgot what he was. This is JFK, and he at the end he gets shot. Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and this is all four of the Penguins combined. That's pretty much it. There's a lot more lore for the other characters, but that's just the main series characters.
Oh my god, I think I'm proud of this tier list.
Luke reminds me of the Penguin.
I'm very proud of this tier list.
The crab guy being Rick. Yeah, that's a pretty good tier list. Surprised that the very last one we ranked, Time Traveler, was probably the most divisive we got.
Yeah, surprisingly. But I feel like the next the next part's gonna be a lot more.
You need to fucking replay this one.
Which one? Oh wait. Which one is it? The
Look at me.
wait, I can't read that.
Look at me.
Oh, 3-2. Yeah, I do need to replay that one.
That one's so good.
That one.
So good.
I have like a yearly tradition where I replay the Phoenix Wright trilogy, so maybe I need to like pay attention more for 3-2 on this year's playthrough.
Wait, why?
I love the Ace Attorney trilogy so much.
I feel like you're gonna burn yourself out. Like by like the fifth year, you'll be like, oh, it's so boring now. I've already done this.
Well, granted, okay, so I also sort of picked up that tradition for Great Ace Attorney trilogy.
Oh, okay.
Or not trilogy, duology. So it's kind of like a good way to spice things up between both of them.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
a lot of the lore is in other games. I feel like the main series Ace Attorney has like the least lore.
Yeah.
There's a lot more lore.
I think next one will be more. I think next one will be the most divisive though, because investigations do exist.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
We'll get to it in the next part. We'll get to it in the next.
This is the only one that I'm like, yeah, this one's not that great. But like other than this one, it's like they're all great. This one though, Investigations 1. This one's all gonna burn. This one's all gonna burn. Except for 1 and 4, they're all gonna burn.
Yeah, I will agree.
No, this one, oh wait, Fi's in the way. Fi's in the way, but Great Ace Attorney 1, that one's also gonna burn in my tier list. Like none of them are gonna do
really
well.
for me.
Except for this.
That's another reason why.
Ironically, the one that actually does have to do with burning will be the only one that doesn't burn.
Oh, I love Great Ace Attorney 1. I think it might be different for me because I played it solo, and so the pacing didn't really matter to me because I could just kind of take breaks whenever I wanted to.
Yeah, no, Great Ace Attorney 1, the pacing was miserable.
We'll get to these when we get to them, but yeah, I think part 2 is going to be so much more divisive, but I'm excited for it. Wait, what's versus S?
I don't know.
What?
What is that? Is there DLC? I guess there's DLC for that.
Okay. Well, that's the only case that's not going to end up being ranked because I have never seen that in my life.
Yeah. Genesis, when will we invite Genesis for Amori? When are we going to do Amori? Tell Daniel and River to get better schedules.
Oh my god.
I don't know. We have to finish Zombie Files first, but it's taking forever because their schedules suck. If the most, well, actually, it might be better now that daylight savings is hit, so maybe it'll be better. But still, I wonder which easy characters will say. Yeah, Leighton. That's what the others were.
Oh wait, never mind. I remember the special one.
Yeah. Yeah, Investigations is gonna be fun. I have a lot more to say about Investigations because, like, I don't know. The main series is like, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say about the Phoenix trilogy. I have a bit more to say with the Apollo trilogy, but yeah, the spin-offs I have more to say.
Okay, I will say I have played the special one. That one actually has Edgeworth in it as a prosecutor. But I would put it in B.
Wait, what do you mean the special? What are you talking about? The special one?
The special for Versus.
Interesting. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the actual lore of the game. It's just kind of like, oh, Phoenix and Edgeworth are back battling in London.
I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Oh, it's alright. So yeah, that one's a D for me.
3-4. How is 3-4 the 6th the best case of all time? That's weird. That's a weird one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, that's odd.
Considering the first like 60% is just like nothing.
Layton, yeah, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright, which I think is very underrated, but you know.
To go back to 3-4, it's fun because like to me it's like it's funny because like the first like 60% is just nothing. It's just, like it's not even Edgeworth talking. It's just here's the evidence, here's the evidence, here's the evidence, here's the evidence. Oh, that
the final 40% can't be ignored.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Ratio wise, it's like
yeah, I get what you mean. That I feel like that's gonna change with some of that's gonna change when we get to part 2, because there are some bangers in. At least you can agree there are some bangers in Great Ace Attorney 2.
No, in 2, absolutely. In 1, no, not at all.
Yeah.
1 is like no. Okay, maybe it's because I'm not playing it, because I wasn't playing. I was watching someone else play the game. I was watching Daniel play the game.
Oh,
so
that might add
maybe
to it.
that's why, because it's not nearly as like wow.
That's gonna add to it. For me, like the duology just feels so closely knit together.
Yeah.
You know, like they could be one game to me.
And for all of these games, I saw
yeah.
Let's Play beforehand, so that's probably why. So it's like it's not even my first experience; it's my second experience. I'm not even playing the games. I've never played any of these games because I watched someone else play the games.
Okay,
I don't know. Maybe
that makes sense. I played all of these games first, so
yeah.
I played all of these games first, so all of these opinions aren't really like influenced by like anything else. So I'm curious to see like what your thoughts are on Investigations 2.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Investigations the second. I'm actually that's the one on the channel right now. If you go on the GGP channel, that's the one being edited right now.
Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, that's perfect. I need to replay Investigations 2.
Oh yeah,
because Investigations 2 is super weird for me.
It's super good, but it's also super long. But it's like I don't know. I'd rather have a long game than a short game, like Apollo Justice. You know.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a long game.
Yeah. I'll get my full thoughts on Investigations 2 next part, but yeah. It's an interesting game for me. But yeah.
All right.
I love Sebastian though, and I love Justine Courtney. Yeah. Okay. Anyway.
Well, I also love Justine.